not really done any macrame before, and I was a bit apprehensive as to whether I'd cope with it, but Debbie's such a good teacher. She's so patient and very concise with her instructions, so I've learnt quite a lot today, and I'm very pleased with the little owl I made. And at the moment we're now going through doing a free form, which is letting your imagination run away with you, taking it whichever direction you'd like to. So anybody who's not really done any macrame but would like to have a go, it is a fantastic course to start with.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the genuine gemstone company.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Hello everybody, welcome to Designer Inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us this lovely Sunday afternoon. I hope everyone's having a lovely relaxing day. I have got genuinely treat-a-thon. That's all I'm going to say. It's a treat-a-thon today. I am joined so much of a treat, makes me cough. I am joined today by someone that I've never had the privilege to work with up until this point. I am so excited that today's the day, because genuinely the pieces that this lady has created are just exceptional. They are spectacular. They are high-end to the pinnacle and summit point of excellence. They truly are stunning. I'm joined today by the wonderful Karen Crawford.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Very good. Your pieces are astonishing.
Thank you.
They really are truly amazing. What are we expecting from your first designer inspiration today, Karen?
Well, I've got 2 pieces that I've made with the first kit. So we've got a wire crocheted choker, and then we've got a wirework collar as well. So lots of techniques to show. There
really genuinely is. Can I have a sneaky peeky at one of them?
Can,
please,
yes.
Just because genuinely I think that people aren't even going to believe that this is handcrafted, and it absolutely, obviously 110% is, and you're going to find out how to create this look. It is truly astonishing. Take a look at this. You are going to learn how to create this today. It is absolutely exceptional, and Karen let me into a little sneaky few kind of techniques in this, and there'll be techniques that you will probably not be expecting, and tools used that you probably won't be expecting either. It's absolutely amazing. This is coming up in that first designer inspiration, and if I show you this, 50 meters on each roll, that comes in a kit, and you know what that means? Price slashed wire. serious price slash on all of this wire for you, because that's coming in the first kit. 200 meters worth in total. I've got so many treats for you today. I really, really do. I have one of the most standout, regal and esteemed gemstones in the world. It's not sapphire as you might be thinking. It's something that is actually rarer than ruby and is absolutely synonymous with regality and royalty. Rarer than ruby gemstone is coming up for you very, very soon indeed. I've got price slashes galore as well for you. I better get started really, hadn't I? Less of this, more of this. I look like I'm shuffling, like I'm dealing cards. Say it to me again. In the drawer on the table. Oh, is this Karen's challenge? Karen, I know that you've already had a little sneaky peek at your challenge. What do you think of it, lovely?
It's the colour that does it for me. I just love that colour. So yeah, when they gave that to me this morning, I was quite excited because I had quite a bit of the gold wire left over as well. So I'm adding a little bit of that in with the mix.
Gold in this colour.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It is such a beautiful colour palette you have here. This is your Blue Lagoon, and just imagine this with the gold. In fact, you don't have to imagine. I'll drag the gold over in a minute and you can see for yourself. That is going to look so almost kind of slightly ethereal, kind of more Egyptian almost actually, isn't it? You have got, let me show you with the gold. Oof. That is spectacular, isn't it? That is a really, really interesting appeal. So what have we got here? Well, you've got the puffy ovals at the bottom, and that's your crazy lace agate. When we talk about your crazy agate, what we're talking about is that really interesting kind of patterning, I suppose, on the surface of the gemstone. So when you think of agate, a lot of the time you'll be thinking of all your bands, won't you? But not with this. You do almost get this lace-like structure internally. Totally natural patterning on that, completely natural patterning. It's really, really beautiful effect. Every single one completely and absolutely unique and different. 130 carats worth you have here, and these are 14 by 10 mil on these ones. I've also got your plain rounds. This is your magnesite. It's exactly the same sort of colour palette that we're working with here though. It looks really turquoise, doesn't it? In fact, you would be forgiven for mistaking this for turquoise. This is your blue magnesite. 220 carats worth we have of it here. These are your 10 mil rounds. Can you see how you'd be forgiven for mistaking these for your turquoise? Because you've got that gorgeous base tone, you've got that beautiful backing, you've got that beautiful turquoise tone, but you've also got this kind of unusual internal matrix that we would expect from your turquoise as well. But it is actually your magnesite. It's just got this gorgeous richness to it with that tone. 10 mil on these ones, 220 carats. And then adding some more with these little wheels, delicate little wheels that we have here in the same colour palette and the same gemstone with the plain rounds that we have over here. The lovely, lovely thing I really appreciate about these is you've got your big bold statement pieces, you've got your genuine gemstone spaces, and then you've got your drops. Because don't forget, of course, you could, you know, have this as a strand as is, but because these are drilled through the centre, because of the shape of them, if you drop these onto a head pin, you've got a really simple drop there, easy done. So you've got a little bit of something for everyone here, from your big, bold, maybe kind of base effect, to your delicate little accents, details, spaces, and then adding on top of that your drops as well to give you that depth to draw the eye in and down. These are a trio of beauties, a bevy of beauties you might say. Your price point today, £11.95 is good, but we can do better. And if we can do better, then we will. Your price point today, I don't think you'll believe, we hardly ever see a collection that goes this well together as a challenge, but today we have, and it's just £8.95 for you today. Karen, what do you think of that price point? £8.95 for these 3 strands for your challenge.
Oh, it's just so good, isn't it? You can't afford not to have those in your stash, really, can you?
Absolutely.
Really.
Completely agree with that.
Yeah.
There's loads and loads of you coming in today. We have got Karen with us all afternoon. I know that Karen has got such a big following. We haven't actually seen her since November, so it's amazing to have her back on the show today. So feel free to get in touch. Loads of you covered in for this. Do feel free to get in touch. Any questions you might have for Karen, get involved. 60777, start your text with the word JM Studio. And Karen, of course, wonderful with her wire work, but also she does know a lot about kind of different ways of, you know, using tools and different ways of kind of exploring your medium. So do feel free to get in touch with us today, even if it's just to say how much you adore, drool over, love and need to make her pieces. Lots and lots of your names have gone off my screen. Now, Karen, I do realise that you're getting prepped, but I'm a bit of a chatter. So yes. I am. Now, I haven't obviously not worked with you before, and we have had, you know, loads of new people coming in over the Christmas period. So give me a little bit of a background about, like, how did you get into jewellery making?
I was just wandering through one of the supermarkets. I only said it then. Just looking at the magazines, looking for something interesting to read, and I spotted a jewellery making magazine, and it had free beads on the front, and I thought, oh, pretty's like. But I bought it and had a bit of a play, and I kept reading the instructions in the magazine. I thought, well, I could have a go at that, and went out and bought some beads and started making, and the rest, as we say, is history.
That's amazing. So it was actually just a magazine with some freebies.
Yeah.
You got drawn in by freebies.
Yes.
I love that. That's amazing. How long ago was that?
About 5 years coming up now. Yeah. Yeah.
No, wait. 5 years?
Yes.
These genuinely look like the pieces of someone who's been making for 15 years, not 5 years.
No, I started about the same time as Rachel Norris.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Karen, I'm absolutely blown away by that. Astonishing, I can't believe it. We are going to learn how to make this today. I'm so excited, and you may well have noticed, for those with a keen eye, that there's a tool synonymous with polymer today. Don't get excited, it's not polymer. That is going to be used in a very different way today. Over half my stock has gone on this right now. It is going to be Karen's challenge, so we're going to revisit this later on in the show. And don't forget, we will take pictures of it and things like that, so it can give you a little bit of inspiration. Findings. Oh wait, hang on. No, sweet pea. Say to me again. Oh yeah, see, this is where the problem lies. You says box number 8, I hear 18. I have got something for you. Have you got the prong set tool? This isn't for this is just a heads up. Have you got the prong set tool, and actually you need some ring shanks? Yeah, stay tuned, that's all I'm saying. Have a little look at what I have for you here. These are your 925 sterling silver half drilled connectors. Now what does that mean? Well, you can see here that you've got your drilled section here. It doesn't go down to a point, because if you've got, for example, our half drilled gemstones or our half drilled pearls that we've had on quite a lot over the last kind of year or so, then these are perfect for those. They are genuine 925. I'm holding the bail section here, and if I spin that around and move it slightly, you'll be able to see you have got that 925 written there as well. So you know that this is the real deal, and so will your loved ones, your friends, your family, whoever you pass these on to will know. The great thing with these though, even if you haven't got the half drilled gemstones, is imagine these as bales for your polymer. Because let's face it, sometimes when we're working with polymer, we have to make our own bales a lot of the time, don't we? And a lot of the time, what we'll have bale-wise in our stash will be your copper plated, which is fine, absolutely fine. But to get a really high-end appeal, and don't forget quite a weighty appeal as well, to things like your polymer, you're going to be wanting something like this. The lovely thing is they're super duper sturdy. They really, really are. So even if you do quite a large polymer drop or detail on these, even if you don't use it as a bale for a necklace, even if you use it as a kind of in a charm form, which you absolutely could, because you are getting a pack of 5 of these in total, it's going to be absolutely fantastic for you to work with. Not only that though, you can do lots and lots of different things with these. You could even do them with your friendly plastic if you got that earlier on. You know how we do kind of the ooze beads? You know those ooze beads that the gorgeous, wonderful Liz shows us, the ooze beads? You can attach those to this, couldn't you? Even with your resin or your jewel enamel, you can use with these. So don't just think because it just says you're half drilled that that's all you'd be using it for, because it definitely isn't. You could use this for so much. I have got a half and half split of people. Half of you are buying just one, and the other half are buying 3s at a time. There are so many of you buying 3s of this. What I will say is all the people buying it currently are the web bidders. That's because you can see the price. I want to let the people watching on Sunday afternoon, sitting on the sofa, brewing hands, probably jewellery making, thinking about, you know, your Sunday roast. I want them lot to be able to see the price and get involved too. A pack of 5 genuine 925 sterling silver finding connectors. Just £6.95 for these today. That is an astonishing price point for silver anyway, which we all know is going up in price. And I have I've recently found the chart for that, which I'll be showing you either later on today or next time I'm on with you. And it is just rising dramatically in price. And it always does at this time of year, always does, because it's the time of year where we're making really special gifts for our loved ones, etc. So it has skyrocketed in price, but we give it to you and we pass it on to you at the price that we were able to purchase it at. £6.95. Loads and loads of you getting your hands on this today. They are absolutely beautiful, and it is really great for kind of your mixed medium amounts of pieces, isn't it? Really stunning. £6.95. Can I check my quantity on this, please? Because it's flying. Fabulous. Okay, so I've got a decent enough of these left now. I have got so many of them gone, but if you do want to get your hands on them, feel free to do so at this point in time. £6.95 for you today. Karen, when you make pieces, do you sometimes work with 925?
Oh yeah, definitely, yes. Especially if I'm sort of making it for a present for somebody, then you want to sort of give them something a little bit special. So, you know, if I'm making birthday presents and Christmas presents, then yeah, you do add a little bit of sterling silver in, because, you know, it always adds to the sort of glamour of the piece and the special, you know, the special nature of the gift as well.
I absolutely agree with that, actually. It does. It makes it feel more of a special, more of a treat.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Loads of these are flying out. Your names have gone off my screen. Who brought those chocolates in? Who brought them chocolates in? Sunday Experience.
Yeah.
Is there any... Oh, I don't know if I like those ones.
Describe what you'd like without using a name.
Describe what I'd like without using a name. I'd like the middle to be gooey and golden.
Almost egg-like.
No, not egg-like. No, very dissimilar to an egg-like. I know where you're going though. What? No, not that one.
Have any gooey golden ones?
Ben's just walked into the gallery and gone, do we have any golden gooey ones? £6.95. We don't, they're all gone. That's me, that's my fault that. I pick everyone else's favourites. £6.95 for you today, everybody. Now, I've got some Viking knit tools coming back in stock for you today, and lovely Karen is going to be doing a demo on those for you as well. So if you haven't gotten into your Viking knit yet, then today could be your day. Really could. Let's have a nosy at this next set of findings, shall we? I'm so sorry. You know Lucy this morning's talking about how, you know, she's being good, she's not having cake. That's what our producer's been doing. Today and yesterday, for lunch, she had a tin of tuna. That was it. No sauce, no nothing. Took the lid off, got rid of the brine, just tuna out of the tin. Disgusting. Oh. She's not having any chocolate or anything, apart from yesterday, where she was pretty much begging my director to give her the chocolate. And now she's just had some more chocolate. My director's gone, thought you weren't having chocolate. She went, it's my day of rest. And yesterday was as well, apparently. How peculiar. It's the weekend. You can treat yourself today, and if you do want to treat yourself, why not treat yourself to the Shepherd's Delight? Shepherd's Delight. That is quite a good name. Shepherd's Delight. Red Sky at Night, of course. Yes, I knew that was... I was thinking Turkish Delight for some reason. You have got your shepherd's hooks here. This is the view that you'd get from the front point. So you see you've got that lovely little ball detail. These are the ones that I call your swan neck shepherd's hooks. So if I turn these to the side, you'll be able to see. Look at that. These are, I think, really, really beautiful. I love the fact that you can have this drop here and it's not just the kind of, you know, separate loop down. It's not too elongated. Don't get me wrong, I love the ones that have the little twirl details, but they can go on quite a long way, can't they? These are a bit more subtle, and actually you can loop this up so it hangs a little bit higher up in the ear if you want it to be a little bit less of a drop, less of a kind of eye catcher, I suppose. You have got 50 pairs of these in total. Now, this is copper. Inside this is copper, but on the outside you have got this beautiful 9-carat gold and rose gold. So the bit that's in your ear, the bit that's touching the skin, is the real deal, the 9-carat. That's great because it means not only have they got an e-coating, but it also means that they, because you've got that precious metal against you, it also means that they have got, you're less likely to have an allergic reaction with these. For people who do, because let's face it, you know, lots of people do have very sensitive ears and sensitive skin, ears in particular. With these, you're less likely to have an issue with that at all, because it is that real deal, genuine, beautiful gold plating over the top. 19.9 is your size on these. You've got 50 pairs of the gold added, 50 pairs in the rose gold as well. Beautiful depth of colour to the rose gold, really, really pretty. Again, from the front and your view from the side. 50 pairs again of these, so 100 pairs in total. Have a little think about this. When you pop down to your high street store and you just go to, you know, your normal everyday, not necessarily high-end shop, and you buy yourself a pair of drop earrings, just with a bit of plastic on. You know, it doesn't need to, and generally it's not a genuine gemstone, is it? And generally, actually, they're not plated like these ones are. It's just a colouring. How much are you looking at paying per pair? Easily £4, aren't you? Maybe even £3.99 for a drop pair. Today, per pair, we're nowhere near that. We laugh at that price. Your price point today? That is astonishing. If I'm thinking that you can buy, you know, just a normal pair of drop earrings with a bit of plastic on the end, really nice detail, whatever, from, you know, your usual stores, even if I say even if I'm saying that they're £4, you know, for a pair of drops, actually at our price we're saving so much money because they're not £4 each. They're 13 pence each. Don't get me wrong, I know there's not the plastic drop on or anything else, but still 13 pence each. I'm going to make it better than that because producer Helena doesn't like the number 13, so we're taking it lower. £7.95 for 100 pairs of these. That's 200 pieces individually, and it's important to state that because for 2015 the look-in of the time is just a one earring, really detailed effect. That is working out per pair, 0.07, blimey, pence. 7 pence is that then? Yeah, isn't it? 7 pence approximately per pair. That is absolutely astonishing price point, and it really truly is. And don't forget, they are plated as well. This isn't gold coloured or rose gold coloured. This is real deal plating. That is an absolutely astonishing price point. And don't forget for me either, I know you've got loads here and perhaps you don't make to sell. Perhaps you only make for yourself or your best friend or your family members, and actually you're looking at this and thinking, hang on, do I need that many? Well, yes you do, for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a bargain. That's one reason you need it. It's an absolute bargain. Number two, this isn't food. These aren't flowers. They're not going to go out of date. Keep these for as long as you like. They're never going to go out of date. Number three, fashionable. Gold and rose gold, they have been in fashion for not just months or years, I'm talking centuries. These are two of the most popular colours. They're never going to go out of fashion, they're never going to go out of style because they are two of your go-to luxurious metal colours and tones. So that's 3 reasons already that you've got there. And actually, fourth, don't just think of them as shepherd hooks. If you're thinking to yourself, well, I only make for me and my best friend, you know, and I might do 2 or 3 pairs of earrings for each of us in the last kind of, you know, in a year or something, don't just use them as that. What about using them as links? What about kind of linking them together, doing yourself some sort of kind of, don't forget, you can kind of twirl the ends of these, you could loop them together to create something, and don't forget, mixed metals, huge as well at the moment. What about if you kind of linked these, obviously not like this, but if you linked them in this kind of manner, maybe sort of looping up the sides to do a really kind of nice looping up, maybe attaching the other side as well to hold them in place, creating a really nice kind of mixed metal appeal chain to these. You can do whatever you want with them. World is your lobster. £7.95 for you today. What?
World is your lobster.
Oyster. Oh, right, listen, I've been pulled up on this before. I've been pulled up on this on show before. This is ages ago, but I now found it really hard to remember which one's right. So it's not lobster. Stop it! It's not lobster, it's oyster. I don't understand that though. This is my mindset with this. Loads of you coming in for this. This is my mindset for it. Oyster is quite a small thing.
Yeah, but not to be
a lobster? Gosh, they're huge.
Yeah, but you can't be in a lobster.
You can't be in a lobster. I don't know. It's delicious.
If the world's your oyster, it's like you're
if the world's your
and you're like, oh, the whole world's here. I can do whatever I want within this oyster shell. But if the world's your lobster, it's just like.
Oh right, yeah, actually now you put it like that, it makes a lot more sense, yeah. So either or, lobster, potato, patata, lobster, oyster, the world's your tomato, £7.95. That is an absolute bargain, working out about 7 pence each for you today. Lots of messages already coming in for Karen, keep those coming in. We're going to get through as many as we can today. Number 8. Oh, another little, another bundle now for you. Really delicate, cutesy colour palette on this. You've got a real nice, quite grown up variety of your gentle pinks in this collection, I would say. Have a look. Strawberries and cream. This is such a beautiful variety of beautiful, gentle, delicate tones we have in here. And they are that kind of strawberry look. Actually, speaking of strawberry, I've got your Sagnatic Quartz coming up today. I know we've not seen it in months. Well, I certainly haven't, but that is coming in for you in a little bit. The Sagnatic Quartzes. I have got for you the Rose Quartz plain rounds. Those are the delicate 3mm pieces. 15 carats worth in there. You've also got your pink quartzite. Those are the plain drops. So these are the largest ones here. Quite large actually. 14 by 10 on those ones. Lovely detail with these drops is the fact that when we have drops on, I would say the majority of the time possibly, they're top drilled, aren't they? Which means your drill hole runs through at the top as opposed to through the middle. That's fine, that's not a problem. But just like Fleur, Gorgeous Fleur said yesterday, when she first started working with top drills and she wanted them to be drops, she found it a bit fiddly because you have to put the wire in, bend it into a peak and then twist it around. People have different, styles and techniques of doing it, but it can be a little bit fiddly. With these, it's literally just pop a head pin through or an eye pin, bit of wire, and it's dropped, it's sorted because of the way that these have been created. You've got 240 carats worth there, and I've also got that cream shell. These are your pearl rounds, plain pearl shell rounds, and they're 6mm. Beautiful little kind of delicate colourway that we've got. Lovely, lovely Susan's created us some pieces from the budding beaders with these. Your price point today, not staying there. Not staying there. Should be $11.95. Bearing in mind for me, that takes into account any discounts that have been done on these recently. So that's not even your RRP for this. £8.95 is actually your price point. Now bear that in mind and then look at this necklace. You will be selling this necklace for at least £10 more than the price of this kit. It's beautiful. Isn't that lovely? Susan's done a fab job on this. I love how it looks so delicate. How it looks so delicate, but actually you've still got those big, bold drops on there. It's a really beautiful selection. £8.95. It's adding a beautiful pop of colour, and there is a matching pair of earrings that go with it as well. Using all of the pieces in one there, which is really, really nice. I love how the rose quartz is just a really sweet, delicate little kind of accented detail, I suppose, for these. They are absolutely beautiful colour palette. Great for lots and lots of different events because it is so cutesy. £8.95. Hello to everyone who's coming in for this. Lots and lots of lovely text in already. In fact, should we get some up now? Let's have a look, because we're getting so many in. Let's do it. Becky. Both Arthur Daly and Del Boy use the phrase "the words your lobster," so ignore the naysayers. That's probably where you heard it. Julie, I think you bang on there, because Only Fools and Horses, pretty much the soundtrack to my youth. I used to love that programme. We always used to watch it. I used to love it. The world's your lobster. I think that's nice.
I'm game with it.
Are you game with it? Are you game? Oh, look, he's just because Julie said it. Don't jump on board now, Ben.
I'm not a bandwagon jumper.
You're not. Get off my lobster bandwagon.
On the bandhorse.
Hi, Karen and Becky. So lovely to have the fantabulous Karen on our screens. The collar necklace is absolutely awesome. I need it. And that is from Brenda.
Oh, thank you, Brenda.
It is absolutely astonishing, isn't it? Brenda, stay tuned and you can get it, because you can get the kit and then you can learn how to make it so you can make your own. How amazing is that? So exciting. Thank you for sending in all your messages. Keep them coming in, loads coming in today. £8.95 is your price point on this for you. Let's add in a little splash of colour to our detail now, shall we? Your price point on this is going to blow you away. The fact of the matter is, it's a really unusual shape. It is a gemstone we haven't seen that much of recently in this formation. It's a beautiful, rich tone, and actually it'll go really, really nicely with Karen's challenge if you want to add a slightly different depth to it. Take a look. This is your beautiful turquoise. You have got the drums in here, so it's your drum detail. The drum essentially means that you get this beautiful bowing out section, and then you've got the flattened base and the top. These are 10 by 7 mil on these ones. Never ever been seen before, brand spanking new to you today. 140 carats worth we have here. The lovely thing about this is you've still got that kind of element of the banding within there. You see, you've still got that beautiful detail of the matrix. That's really nice because it adds a little bit of depth, a bit of interest, a bit of something special in there for you to kind of really grab the attention. Loads of you covered in for this. It is a brand spanking new beauty piece for you today. This is going to be absolutely fab, just as a stretchy bracelet, isn't it? Really, really beautiful, just as a simple stretchy. Male and female-esque, I would say, actually. Your price point today, brand spanking new. It's just £9.95 for you today. It has got that gorgeous beach-like feel. Is anyone planning on going on holiday? If you are planning this year, gorgeous Eleanor's going off to Budapest in February. I haven't booked anywhere yet. I'm going to the Isle of Wight. I'm going for a festival. I'm going to the Isle of Wight festival. Yeah, so it's not really a holiday, that is it? More kind of grunging around for a long weekend. But I'm going to that. Karen, are you going anywhere? Are you planning to go anywhere this year?
We haven't planned anything yet.
No.
So last year we went to North Wales. That was quite nice. So only for a few days, but it was a nice breakaway. So yeah. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet this year.
No, it's nice. When you get to this time of year, I think people start to plan it, don't they? Because you get over the weather quite quickly, don't you? Once Christmas and New Year's done, I think people really look ahead, don't they? And if that's you, how summer beachy is this? How springtime beach is this? This is going to be absolutely beautiful for you to get in your stash. £9.95. I've got lots of you covered in for these. Do treat yourself to it whilst you can. £9.95 for you. The time has jimmied past so quickly. Tootled past, I like that. Listen, this is designer inspiration. For those of you who are new to us, maybe you want a Karen to follow us, but actually you generally watch, every single day. And maybe you're just getting on board to see Karen's amazing pieces. I know a lot of you will be today. Just to kind of state for any newbies, people don't watch that often, exactly what designer inspiration is. So we're a little bit different to any of the other shows that you have on this channel. On designer inspiration, what we do is we bring you a selection of goodies and a kit, as we call it, which has all the components that we sent out to our guest designers a few weeks in advance. And what we say to them is make whatever you like with these pieces and then demo it for us on the show. So what we do here is we give you the chance to own the exact kit that was sent out to our guest designer, and then we will do demonstrations for either elements of the pieces or for whole pieces or little bits of a few pieces, so that you can recreate a similar look at home but still have some left over to let your own imagination go wild. The great thing about that is you get inspiration, you get ideas, you get new techniques and styles, but also you get a massive saving. And we're going to give you a serious saving on this today. You've got a huge amount of wire. Now, let me talk to you about this wire. We're doing 50-meter reels now, aren't we? Excuse me. The great thing about 50-meter reel is the fact that not everyone that watches this channel will make to sell. Some people will just make for their own enjoyment, for their friends, for their family. So perhaps a 100-meter reel to pay out for that can be quite a high price point. And we have had a lot of requests to do smaller amounts. And the 10mm reels, as though they are great and they're fantastic for kind of one-off projects, if you are going to be making more, you want more than that. So we went to the middle and we went for a 50. The great thing about getting these 50-meter reels in the kit is A, you're going to be getting 200 meters worth of wire, and B, we are going to do you an amazing price discount on it. I'm talking about a price discount that you probably will not be expecting, and that's just thinking of the wire. That's not even paying attention to the gemstones. Let's take a look at exactly what we've got here. You've got 2 reels of the golds and 2 reels of the purple, so 100 meters worth in total, and you've got the different gauges. So in the purple, we've got your 0.8 in your purple. I've also got in the purple your 0.6. So when we talk about the 0 point, we're talking about the gauge of this. So I mean it's 0.8 mil and 0.6 millimeters. I've then got in the gold your 0.8 as well, but then I've got perfect for weaving wire, your 0.4 here. That is sensational, because you've got 200 meters worth here of a color palette that, let's face it, goes exceptionally well together. That's astonishing already. Do you want to have a little look at the price of this? How much this would be? Just this. I'm paying no attention to the cab, the double strand, the single strand and the other single strand. I'm not even referencing those right now. I just want you to focus on the wire right now, because I know that the wire has been one of those things that perhaps we've not had in stock that often, and then we've changed the way in which we're bringing it to you. So perhaps you've not been able to get some for ages. We're going to give you a price discount today. Let's just focus on the price of this right now. I've got a breakdown slide for you so you can have a look at the exact price of this. So this is for your pure decacants. This is not including the gemstones. Your purple 50 meters with the 0.8 is $14.95. The purple 50 meters of the 0.6 is $9.95. Your gold 50 meters of the 0.8 is $14.95, and the 0.4 gold is just $4.95. Totaling that together comes to £44.80. £44.80. Keep that in your mind. £44.80 right here. I've not even talked about the gemstones yet, so let's get onto those then, shall we? I've got for you big, bold pieces. These are the pieces that you've seen in this necklace that we're about to be doing. These are perfect for this design because I think any smaller than this or any larger than this, actually the balance wouldn't quite be there. I think Karen's really used her kind of inspirational eye at this and really given that perfect sizing for this design. It's not too OTT. These are nice, big, bold pieces, 14 mil of this dark purple quartzite we have here. 494 carats worth we have in this. I've also got your amethyst, real deal double strand of amethyst. When I talk about double strand, again, if you're new, what we mean is we've got you larger than our average length. Our average length we say is around 30 centimeters. You've got more than that on here. You've got about 86 centimeters on here. So that would be essentially more than our average double strand. So we just call them double strands. So I'm going to count these as 2 individual strands, even though they come looped together. If we cut these in half and brought them to you as 2 separate strands, you'd still be getting more than the average. So 2 strands here worth of your amethyst, and you've got 230 carats worth there. I love this strand. I haven't seen a strand like this in so long. It's your clear quartz, but then we've applied this really delicate bubble coating. Can you see that? This is your rainbow coated clear quartz. Can I just say, hi, everybody's already bought it. I know the price that you can see on your screen right now, whether you're on the internet or the app or whatever. I know the price you can see on screen right now, you're happy to check out at. What I will say, genuinely, bottom of my heart, I've only got 66 of this kit. Well done for getting in early. You will not be disappointed by the price drop. You really won't. So well done for getting in early. You've got those ones. I haven't seen ones like that in absolutely ages. It's lovely to have them back in. When we add to coating, it's not like a paint, it's gentle coating. So you can still see through this gemstone completely. It just gives us something Mother Nature doesn't offer us that often at all. And it makes it really workable. I've then also got for you the cabochon. We'll see the use of the cabochon in the second creation that lovely Karen has created for us as well. Genuine, real deal amethyst. Again, it's 35 mil and it's the heart shape, really delicate little cleavage point in there. 50 carats worth in here. Now, let's reiterate, shall we? Double strand of amethyst, so 2 strands worth there. You've got that beautiful coated quartz and you have that huge strand of your quartzite 14 mil. You've also got your cabochon. I've then got 200 meters worth of your wire. Your price point today should be, of course, this is going to be more expensive and more high-end than we might normally expect. Of course, it is. You've got 200 meters worth of wire, you've got cabochons, you've got 14 mil big bowls, almost 500 carats with just on one strand there. So, of course, we're expecting that high price point. Can I have a little look again at the wire slide, please? £44.80 just for the wire. £44.80. If I took this genuinely to £50, that would mean you were getting the cabochon, 2 strands of amethyst, strand of quartz, and your quartzite for £5. That'd work out £1 each. £1 each? That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? £44.80 just for the wire. £44.80. Your price point today for everything. £38.95. £38. These by itself, 200 meters worth of wire is £44.80. Just for the wire. That means that essentially, hang on, what we're working out here. That means if I get rid of this, move that out of the way, because that's £5 worth, isn't it? £4.95. Okay. So if I do this, you're paying. In fact, you're paying for less than that. You're paying for kind of this, and imagine a little bit of that's missing. That's all you're paying for. And actually, you're getting another 50 meters worth of wire for free. You're getting a cabochon of genuine real deal amethyst for free. You're getting these massive, big, bold quartzite, which go perfectly with this design. And honestly, I would genuinely say to you, even if you have quite a bit of wire in your stock and everything, I would say to you, these go perfectly with the design. This is all to do with Karen's eye. This is all to do with Karen's eye, because genuinely, real deal, you've got these big, bold pieces, but they're not outweighing the actual design. And the colourway and the colour palette is just perfect for it, and that's all about Karen's eye. That's all about her seeing this and looking at how well it goes together. You're getting that for free as well. You're getting the clear quartz with that rainbow coating for free also, and then you're getting 2 strands worth and more of genuine real deal February's birthstone amethyst for free also. That is not an offer to be missed. Your names have gone off my screen. Hello to you all. Now, I was completely honest with you. Total hand on heart, I only had 66 of these to start with. I've already got edging onto half of my stock gone. It'll be way more than half my stock gone once everybody checks out, but I'm already edging towards half my stock being gone. That price point is astonishing. Just remind yourself for me the fact that just this wire by itself, 200 meters worth, is £44.80 just for that. Take that out of the equation, that and slightly less actually, no, slightly more is what you're paying for. That is what you're paying for, this and slightly less. So imagine a little bit more of that missing. That's how much this would come to, which means everything you're seeing here is free. You buy 3 products, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products for free. My producer's just gone, now I think about it, I don't think we should have done that. Maybe that price is a little bit lower than we should have gone to. It's too late now, Helena. That's an absolutely astonishing price. And let's be honest as well, that is a stunning price, and it is a great opportunity. But to recreate the looks that amazing Karen has made, we're going to need to get our hands on this kit, because what if you end up doing it with kind of maybe the things that aren't quite right for it and it doesn't come out the same? You're going to be disappointed. Hello, lovely Karen.
Hello.
It's so nice to finally work with you.
Yes.
I'm so excited. So, can I ask you, where do you generally get your inspiration from?
I do a lot of research on the internet, and I don't just look at other jewellery. I look at all sorts of things, especially sort of nature, and I think everybody does that. But I'll look at architecture and ancient civilizations, things like that, that I get my ideas from. I look at things like African prints as well that I've done in my jewellery, textile prints, anything like that I will look at to sort of see what I can do in the way of jewellery to recreate that look.
So you just kind of soak it in from everywhere, really.
Yeah.
You can actually see a few of the things that you've referenced there. You can actually see your inspiration shining through in these pieces. They are exceptional. I've already showed you this piece, which is so eye-catching, and we will be learning how to create this. But also, we're going to have a look at how to do this one as well, which is just spectacular. It truly is. Look at that gorgeous piece. Karen, where could you imagine this being worn, please?
Oh, I think it would be a sort of a special night out, that one, because it's that sort of jewel cluster to the choker there, and I think that's would have to be a special night out.
That wouldn't it? That would be a very special occasion.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Very special night. What did you say to me, director Ryan? Over half my stock gone. I've got 16 in baskets, 21 in baskets. All right, keep your mind changing. I've got 21 of them in baskets, and if everybody checks out, I will have single figures left, so do check out for me. Okay, where are we going to start, please, Karen?
All right, well, we're going to start with the collar, and so for this, you want to sort of cut yourself 14 pieces of the 0.8 purple wire.
14 pieces.
Yeah. Now, as far as length is concerned, that's entirely up to you, depending on the length of necklace that you want. Now, I've made, I think mine worked out to the 17-inch necklace, including the clasp. So if you sort of cut yourself about 20 inches of wire for each piece of wire, you're sort of in the right ballpark, really. And then you're going to cut, obviously then to match that length, you're going to cut pieces of the 0.8 gold-plated wire and twist it together. Now obviously you're going to need it a little bit longer because you're going to lose some of the length when you're twisting it. Okay? So, and as you can see, if you can look at, I don't know if you can get a close-up of those two wires there together.
It's a big different look,
right,
isn't
there's a bit of a difference. You're going to see the one on the necklace looks a lot flatter than the one I've got in my hand there.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
And what I've done there, because that's going to make it easier for it to be wrapped, what I've done is I've used the clay roller machine, and I've got it on number 8, I believe.
So you're putting your wire through on number 8.
I'm going to put the wire through when it's twisted. Bear with me because I'm going to have to turn that around.
Yeah, go ahead. No, don't worry about it. I will bring you the wire twister tool in a moment, so don't worry if you haven't got one.
And I couldn't get my clamp on here, so it. So sorry if this is looking.
That's amazing. It's just coming out flattened.
Yeah.
And it's got a really gorgeous look to it.
There we are. Because you're going to need this to wrap as well around the entire lot there. So, and yes, it does twist as you flatten it, but just get your pliers and your fingers at work there, and that will bring it around to being flat, so that you can use that then for wrapping around these wires here.
If you haven't got your wire twister, you can get it right now. This will be coming on your screen for you in a bit. This is the one that you used, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly the one I've used, yeah, and they're so useful, they really are.
All you have to do, it's really simple, is you get the disc in here, you insert your wire into the holes, loop it over, you just hold this section here, turn the handle, and it'll twist your wire exactly as Karen has done here. But you're going to need that kind of extra security for this design, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it gives a little bit of texture as well. It adds that sort of like you were saying about an Egyptian look, it adds to that look, I think.
Absolutely agree with that. This is on your screen right now. Your price point, I've only got a low number, £8.45. Random number at the end because we're so low in stock that we have to match the last price, and it just took it to a strange number. We can't go any lower. If we were to go any lower, we'd be losing money essentially. £8.45. Once this sells out, we'll put the kit back on your screen because I've not got many of those left either. £8.45 for you today. And this is simply how you use it. That'll be up on YouTube, our Jewellery Maker page for you. You can see how simple it is. Do as many wires as you want that you can get into the hole, really. £8.45 for you today. Okay, Karen, I'm back with you.
All right. So once you've got all your pieces of wire cut and prepared, you need to hold them together, and you just need a little bit of masking tape on the end there, holding them all together, so none of them slip out, and you've got a nice flat workable piece there in order to wrap.
Okay.
So you start off by putting a hook into the wrapping wire, all right, and place that over all of your wires and press it down with your fingers, and then take your flat nose pliers and just make sure that's pressed tight in place there.
Okay.
Then you can carry on. Now don't pull as you're wrapping your wire. That's the thing, to keep the tension going in the wires, to keep those sort of little gaps in between your wires. You don't want to be pulling the wrapping wire too tight, and that's what you've got to practice, and it does take a while to get into the swing of that, but it does eventually come. Just bear with it, just persevere. And then carry on wrapping that around, and with each wrap you take your flat nose pliers and you press that in place. There we go. Like that. Take it around again.
Okay. And squidge
Put it
again.
in place, and then the third time. See, I'm pulling it too far. It's easily done. Even the experts can get it wrong.
It's just about taking your time with it.
It is.
And as you saw then, when you squidged it, actually it kind of moved in the direction you wanted it to, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's pretty it's pretty forgiving as well, the wire. It'll allow you to sort of if you have got it a little bit too tight, one of those wraps, it will allow you to sort of go at least once back to sort of put that right. So there you are, you've wrapped it around twice around the end there, sorry. And those little bits then at the back, just push them together with your pliers, and then lift them, get your cutters, and then just snip them halfway down.
4 of the wire twister tool left, many in baskets, check out please.
And do the same with the other piece. And then you just flatten them to the back of your work, making sure that they're completely flat so they're not sticking in your skin when you're wearing your jewellery. So what you're going to do then, what I like to do is when I'm wire wrapping anything like this, is I like to sort of splay the wires out, because like I say, if you pull on the wires too much, it can bring them together fat, and you won't get the wire wrapping done then. So you want to splay them so that you can get the tension just right. Okay. So just like that, and then you're going to take. Now I found that it took just over a metre of the 0.4 wire to do each 2 of the triangle, each double triangle there. So it's just over a metre. So
just over a metre's worth to do the 2.
Each
so
section.
Both of them
yeah.
there. So each one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to start by taking the wire up from the bottom, up through the bottom of your work there. Hold on to it with your thumb. So you need a working tail. That's why I say just over a metre, because obviously you need a bit of wire there to hold on to. Splay those wires out a little bit more. Then you're going to take it back around then the first 2 wires there. You're going to take it back around so it's between the gold wire and the first purple there, okay? You're going to take it around. Again, try not to pull it. And I'm pushing it down with my thumbnail as well so that it's a nice flat finish. Take it around twice.
Okay.
And then you bring it round for the 3rd wrap, then you take it up to the next 2 so that you include them in the wrap.
I see.
And then you take it down between those and around again. So you're always sort of starting each wrap from where the gold wire is, basically.
Okay.
And obviously the wraps get wider and wider as you go further up. And with each wrap, I'm sort of pressing it in place there with my thumbnail. And when I finish doing each triangle, then I'm going to press it in place with the flat nose pliers to sort of just to make sure all those wires are where I want them to be and they're all looking tidy and flat up against each other.
So it almost settles them, actually, doesn't it?
Exactly. You've got the right word there. It settles them into place. So I'm going to show you just once more then how to do this, and then we can go on to the next stage then.
Wonderful.
So as you can see that sort of shape developing, and you just carry on with the same technique over and over. If you can just see there's the start of the triangle and it's going up in steps.
Yeah.
So it's 2 wraps around each pair, exactly. Oops, I missed my place there.
And that's how you get that lovely...
And that's how you get that...
so it's a woven sort of look, isn't it, in kind of a fabric almost?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a type of, well, basket weave, really. And anyway, that's how it should sort of come out then when you've finished doing your sections. This is what you're looking at. And then just to sort of make sure that they're all nice and flat and in place, so you get your flat nose pliers and just press down just to make sure that they're all where they should be.
Okay, wonderful.
Now, if you've noticed, I've got some little charms hanging off the bottom of the necklace there. So in order to make a loop for those to fit onto, again, you're going to get some of your twisted wire.
If you missed out on the wire twister, I've got another type of wire twister coming up in a minute or two, so stay where you are.
So all you do different to the last one is you press that on like you did before.
You do the hook around like you did.
That's it. I'm not going to bother with the flat nose pliers because I want to do this quick for you.
Okay.
And then when you come to that middle piece, that second wrap, instead of taking it just straight around, you're going to place another piece of wire at the bottom there, and you're just going to wrap around that to give you your loop. Then you're going to take that out, and there you are, you have your loop there in place ready for your...
I see, so that's how you get symmetry throughout the whole thing.
That's exactly how you do it, so that each loop that you get then is going to be the same size.
Because actually that is such a subtlety. I know it sounds a bit silly, but it wasn't until you mentioned it that I thought, oh, actually, how are they attached?
Yes.
Because it does just look so perfect throughout.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. And so that's how you create that section. I know plenty of you did want that wire twister, and we've had probably about 30 messages in about the wire twister. Sorry if you missed it, but I do have the 9-inch wire twisting pliers which do the same sort of job. You can get more wires in here, though. You can do slightly longer lengths as well than with the plastic, just because of the strength of this. This is coming up on your screen right now. All you have to do is place your wire in at the top, you pull this back to hold it into place, and then the arms will lock into place as well to make sure that the jaws are completely shut. And then what we'll do is we'll pull this section out and drop it back into place. It's really simple to use. And am I right in saying, Ryan, that there is a tutorial online with this? Yes, there is. It's really, really easy to use. Tutorial online for exactly how to use this one on our Jewellery Maker page. This is going to a silly, genuinely silly price. My producer says, blame the Late Show. They took it down, we have to follow. Your price point today should be $17.95. Obviously, it's a really sturdy tool. It's your 9-inch, so it's the largest one that we do, which means you can get more wires in it, which means you can do bigger looks with it, and you can still create this look as well. Your price point today. Karen, have you ever seen these at £6.95?
Got one, yeah. I've got one, yeah. They're brilliant, aren't they?
Aren't they fab? What do you think of £6.95 though?
I just think that, I know, I didn't actually buy mine from Jewellery Maker, and I spent an awful lot more than that. So, yeah.
I'm just going to put this down now. £6.95 for you today.
That's
that is
incredible.
Astonishing.
That is incredible.
Isn't it? Should have been £18 even at our prices. This is exactly how you use it. This is the slightly smaller one that you're seeing on screen. This is the 6-inch. So actually, you can get even more. Oh, is it not? Is it the 9-inch, is it? Really? So this is the 9-inch that you're seeing on your screen today. And it is, this is how you use it. You can get plenty of wires in this. £6.95 for you today on these ones. You can tell it's slightly different, the one that you're seeing on screen, because it's got the loop in the teeth, that one, whereas this one has the drop in the teeth, so you can see it's slightly different than the one on screen, but it does exactly the same job. £6.95, so many of you coming in for this. Right, okay, so we know how to do the little drops, so we add our loops on there.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I'm just going to show you how to finish off the ends. So what I've done is I've pulled the two gold ones out for now, and I'm going to cut these wires down to probably about 1 centimetre. There we go. And what you're going to do then is you're going to start pushing them back with your fingers. You can use your flat nose pliers as well to get those back. And then with the edge of your flat nose pliers, the actual nose, that part there, you're going to grip about a couple of millimetres in from the end of your wire, and you're going to just bend them down slightly. And you're going to see the reason for this now when I finish wrapping them around. Oops. Then you're going to grab, I'll probably need my chain nose pliers for that actually. You're going to grab all those wires again and pull them around to the back. Sorry, I've had to pull that up close to me. I hope we got a good shot of that.
Don't worry, yeah, we could see that. We had it on 2.
There we are.
So that's hiding them all away.
Yeah.
And it's not going to rub against you, that, is it?
Well, no, because because you've bent the very ends of the wire.
Yeah.
The ends of the wire then end up flat against the back of your work, and they're not sticking anywhere.
Clever.
So that you won't even see the ends of your wire because they're flat up against the back of your work there. So pretty much like that.
Wow.
That's what you're getting.
What a professional finish.
Okay.
Fab.
And then all you do then with the two gold ones, again you can snip them down a bit because you don't need them quite as long. So you probably talking about 1/2 inch, maybe even about a centimetre would do it actually.
Okay.
Then you're going to need your round nose pliers. Thank God we've got a set here because I didn't have mine handy. And you want it about, I don't know, halfway down the nose of your pliers, and then you just curl them around into a basic loop. I'm going to have to do it from that side. There we go. And you've then got those 2 loops then to add a clasp.
I see.
So if you've got if you've got like a 2-strand clasp handy, that will be fine. But if not, you can make your own like I've done.
Let me show you this one here.
And they're very easy to make.
That's where we've done this.
If you sort of cut yourself about 6 inches of wire, you know you've got plenty to play with then, and this is what I always do. And you've got so much on this reel that you don't really have to sort of worry about quantity too much. So what I've done here is, and I'll just have a look just for reference. Okay, what I've done is I've got more or less the middle of the wire there into the very thickest part of my round nose pliers.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to bring them around, cross them over, so that it's in like an oval, and then I'm just going to grab the loop and twist it around. So there's the loop of your clasp.
Okay.
What I've done, now you can either leave this plain or you can add a few beads on if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Just trim that down a bit. We're talking, yeah, I think that's about enough.
About 2 centimetres probably, is that?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, because you need to make your loop as well. So then you just need to make a basic loop on each one. And you can kink that back a bit as well to sort of give it a little bit of, make it look a little bit more professional. And you take your time with this. I'm rushing, but by all means you take your time with it, because, and get those 2 loops the same size. Mine are slightly different there, as you can see, but there we are, that looks better. And then what you do then, just open them up like you would a jump ring, and attach them to the loops that you've got on your necklace.
Yeah.
That's it really. And then you, for the other side, then you make one with a hook.
Yeah.
Just close that up. This is the awkward bit, is getting that second loop to close, because it's difficult to get at. But if you've got a pair of chain nose pliers, you should be able to get in there.
I see.
And get that done. That's not very nice looking, but you get the gist of it. All right, so that you get that. For the other side of the clasp then is just bend the wire in half, put it round the finest point of your round nose pliers, and kink it inwards so that the wires are flat together, but you've got that little loop on the end there.
Okay, for the hook section.
So yeah, so then you're gonna fold that up like so. Okay. Round the widest part of your pliers, you're going to bring that round then into the hook. Like so. All right. Again, then you're gonna, I think I've actually twisted it around first before yeah, I did. So you can twist, I think I actually used a separate piece of wire to twist around the base there, just so they're together. And then you form it in the same way, 2 loops either side, and attach it to the end of your necklace, and that's basically it.
So
for the
amazing.
And then for the I've dropped my, sorry, excuse me, bending over there.
No, don't worry, for the droppers.
For the droppers then, and these are so simple, they really are.
They are a perfect balance and look to your design though, I would say. They just
fit in so well,
They
yeah,
do.
exactly. And you need your, what I've used are those beautiful beads that come in the
findings
pack.
the little spacers, kind of detailed accent beads.
They just look so lovely. Those are just beautiful. So I've put one of those on, and one of the crackle quartz. Oh, those are beautiful because of the coating as well. They've
Lovely,
got that
isn't
sort
it?
of little rainbow effect almost. And then you just make yourself a basic loop, not a basic loop, a wrap loop.
Okay.
But what you do, you sort of get that hook there on your wire, on your head pin, okay? And then you thread it through the loop.
So that's the bit that we made earlier on.
Yeah, you thread that through there. Grab your wire again. Like I said, it is awkward when you're first starting out. Even I'm finding it awkward, and I've been doing it a while. Take it around and then wrap it around. Wrap the rest of your head pin. Wrap that around twice. You can do that with your fingers. If you feel that you need to use pliers to do that and you find it easier, by all means.
Okay.
And then just snip off the excess wire, like that.
And that's how you do it.
And that's how you've got your charm there.
And the lovely thing is, because you use the twisted wire to kind of size it, it's still got movement.
That's it,
hasn't
yeah.
it?
So you've still, it still does sort of
The
dangle or move.
The dangle. It is absolutely amazing. I can't get over how simple you've made that look, but it looks like a runway piece, doesn't it? We've had a text in. Hi Becky and Karen. Wow, this necklace is so beautiful. Very Egyptian. My fave era. And that is from Chris in Barnsley. Hiya Chris, thank you. Me too. I'm a full-on Egyptian lover. In fact, I did it twice at school. Did it twice in 2 different schools. Did the ancient Egyptians. It's a gorgeous time period, isn't it? And is that the
one
kind
of my faves?
Is
it? Yeah, it fascinates me. It really does.
So interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love kind of their beliefs with gemstones as well. It ties in quite nicely for this job, actually, doesn't it?
Well, I was watching the 10 Commandments the other day, so I was looking at all the Egyptian jewellery on the film that they made with the one with Charlton Heston in, and so I was fascinated by it, and I was sort of like. Sort of looking at the pictures on the internet as well, the stills of the film, and looking in particular at the jewellery, and amazing.
It's astonishing,
it really is inspiring then when you see something like that. You sort of it inspires you to sort of go ahead and have a go yourself.
It really does.
And make something mind-blowingly beautiful out of it. Yeah.
I always think it's really amazing that even though obviously that jewellery was so long ago, it still today looks astonishing, doesn't it? It's like it's ageless, it's timeless.
Well, I read somewhere that it was the sort of inspiration between the Art Deco period as well, because of the sort of the shapes and everything.
Yeah, you say it, that clicks.
Yeah.
Oh, just beautiful. Thank you for sending that in. We're moving on to the second design now, but before we do that, I've got the chance for you to get your hands on these. Now, these are our shears. I need to point this out straight away. Low stock opportunity. Once they're gone, they are gone. These are fantastic. They are for kind of specifically for your metal sheet, but have you had any of that luxury wire ribbon in? You know, the luxury wire mesh we've been doing? This cuts the end of that perfectly. If you tried to snip your luxury ribbon, that luxury wire ribbon, with your normal snips, you might have found that it frays slightly. Only a little bit. It's not much wastage, but it does fray slightly. These ones slice through it like butter and stop that fraying effect. So even if maybe you're not into your metal sheeting or into your blanks or into your steel cutting or whatever else it might be, these are going to be astonishing for even your newer piece that we have. They are a really professional piece of kit. So much thought has gone into these, even down to this little handle here. This little handle means that you can change the size that these go to for different hand sizes, essentially. So if you do, if you do have dexterity problems and perhaps you find kind of the handle sections come apart too much in some pliers for you, and it's a little bit fiddly, it's a little bit horrible and tough on your hands, these, you just flick that up once it's open and you can make it smaller or larger. You've got the lock on there as well, so it's safety for you. These slice through rubber, they slice through your metals, your blanks. They'll even cut through things like your precious metals as well in here. They just cut through like butter. They really do. This is one of those tools that pretty much all of our guest designers will have somewhere with them, because they just use such a multitude of kind of go through a multitude of different mediums. They really do. Your price point today, I've only got 30 left at this moment in time, is £14.95 for you today. I'm already in my last chance saloon on these. They are stunning though. If you've had trouble cutting things like your sari thread or your zari ribbon or your cords or the rubber tubing that we used to do a lot of, anything like that, even your plastics as well, this will cut through. They're just super duper sturdy, mixed medium, non-slip spring handle as well. They're a wonderful tool. Get your hands on them whilst you can, because I'm in my 20s on these right now. £14.95 for you today. And actually, if you have a group of wires together, like on that design we've just seen, you do find it a little bit tricky, this will again just slice through them. Really, really will. Stunning. £14.95 for you today. Okay, so we're going to move on to this design next up. This is so eye-catching, it's beautiful. It's got this beautiful cabochon. Don't forget, this was still from that same kit. I only think I have a handful or 3 left of the kit, actually. The cabochon's in the kit, absolutely beautiful. I do have an alternate colourway on the cabochons coming for you later if you wish, but this, for me, just goes perfectly with those gemstones found in the kit. We're going to be learning exactly how to create this right now. Karen, can I ask you? Because that, to me, looks like a really kind of high-end, very professional piece. How long do I have to have been jewellery making for to be able to create that?
You would have to be sort of at the intermediate stage, I would say, to sort of produce something like this. I'm going to be doing an easier design later on for those that are just starting out with wire, but for the wire crochet one, I would say at least intermediate. And maybe the collar, then you're looking at maybe more advanced.
Fab. But so a little bit of something for everyone really on this, actually. Quite nice to be able to see some more advanced pieces. It really is. So if you do want to create this, Pure Decadence on the screen, your price will come up in a minute. Don't forget, 200 metres worth of wire in there, and the wire was £44.80, just the wire. So the whole kit is a great price point. Okay, lovely, I am with you. Let's get started on this stunning piece.
Okay, so you're cutting, we're going to be wrapping the cabochon first. So you're going to be cutting yourself 3 lengths of the 0.8 wire, and we need them to be about 12 inches long. But again, this is entirely up to you where how you're going to end the wires and what sort of decoration you're going to be using for them. But I've cut them because I'm going to be doing the long spirals and so on for them. So. Okay, so you find the sort of the middle of your wire there, and you're going to measure approximately 1/4 inch either side of it, and then you're going to wrap those 3 wires together with a piece of the 0.4, and I've wrapped around about 4 times, I think I've done for each wrap.
Okay.
And again, you've got to watch the tension of the wires here again, because obviously you don't want the wires bunching together. You want them to stay next to each other.
Is that something that comes with practice, the tension?
Exactly, it is. Yeah, it took me a few goes before it worked for me. So yeah, it is just a matter of
practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
So those 4 wraps just lying next to each other, squishing them down again.
And I've just made a mistake, so see, it can happen to the best of us. There we are, that's better. I can get a sort of a grip going now. There we are. So you wrap that round 4 times, push the wires together with your thumbnails, and press that into place, like so. Just snip the excess wire.
Squidging them together, just settling them down again.
And then same the other side of the middle of the wire, you want them on about 1/4 inch. So there's going to be like a 1/2 inch gap between the 2 wraps.
Okay. And do you measure that every single time? Are you ever a by eye kind of person?
I am more a by eye kind of person really than I am one for measuring. But when you're doing a demo, people want you to tell them how much and what's the measurements.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think it's difficult when you're learning to sort of understand about what by eye really means.
Absolutely
you know,
is,
and
yeah.
it's sort of quite. I find I was the same when I first started wirework, and I went, well, but how much do you use? Why do you do it by eye? Why don't you measure it? You know, it was. I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing or how much I'm supposed to use.
Yeah.
So it's handy for someone to say, look, if you do this and you do that, and you know, it's easier for everybody then all round. I think if you're doing a demo like this.
So measuring to sort of start off with, but then for some people it'll come naturally in the end.
And it's whatever fits the cabochon that you're wrapping as well. So as you can see, that's going to be the bottom end of the heart there. So that's going to be the bottom. And then so what I did then, and I measured it, it's about 3/4 of an inch then to your next wrap. So you want to get those in place first.
And you do that on the other side as well?
Yeah.
Whilst you're doing those ones and adding those on, I'll give people the opportunity to get their hands on these cabochons as well. Just because if you want an alternate colourway, then you've got it here actually. I would say in particularly with these delicate pinks, but also if you just want really exciting gemstones, this is the one for you. 4 cabochons here. I promise they're going to be under £15. Of course they are. You have got your cute cabs, you've got your rose quartz oval, and this is 40 by 30. Gorgeous internal effect there, amazing clarity also though. I've also got your fuchsia agate oval. Don't forget, every single one will look a little bit different. That's just the way Mother Nature works. I've got this stunning, oh, look at that. Look at that poppy jasper.
That's beautiful.
Do you quite like
I love all the jaspers actually. They're some of my favourite stones, yeah, really.
What is it that you love about them so much?
I think it's the patterning in them, and it's that they don't look plain. I mean, just look at that. Mother Nature's work of art, isn't it? And it's the what's it called? The dotted, the spotty one. Oh, what's it called? Dalmatian jasper.
The Dalmatian jasper.
Love that.
Oh, gorgeous,
Picture jasper. Picasso jasper. I mean, they are
so
just
many different types,
stones.
aren't
They're beautiful.
Every single one different. I love that as well. So many people are on board with you with that, Cameron.
Yeah.
As soon as people see jasper, they just adore it. It's so unique and different, isn't it? Of the jasper, you have got your drop cabochons later. I've actually got some artist jasper coming up for you in a bit as well. And lastly, but by no means leastly, look at this. Amazing. Look at that, please. Blue tiger's eye cabochon.
That is gorgeous.
Isn't that exceptional? The thing is, it's actually quite hard for you at home to see that effect. You're getting it a little bit, but not as much of the chatoyancy as I am to the eye. It is stunning. Blue tiger's eye, 50 carats worth, 40 by 30 mil on those ones. That is so beautiful. Cute cabs. You've got the rose quartz, the pink agate, you've got that gorgeous poppy, and look at that tiger's eye. Oh, absolutely sumptuous. Your price point today for all of these 4. I told you it'd be under £15, didn't I? But you know them are produced. Helen doesn't really like the number 13. Your price point shouldn't be £13.95. We were thinking about it, but we've decided to go lower. £8.95 for all 4 of those today. Even my director just went, oh wow, I know. For tiger's eye in particular, actually, you would probably expect to be paying that price point just for the tiger's eye in some places. Because it has that extra optical effect, they can charge more. But actually all 4 of them today coming at you for just £8.95. And you can interchange it with these designs as well if you wanted to. The pink ones in particular for me might suit quite nicely. £8.95 for you. Okay, Karen, I'm back with you. So you carried on doing those 4 wraps.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is get the first part of the frame done for the heart to sit into, so that we can wrap those wires around the heart then, and then sort of get that in there securely.
Okay.
So as you can see, I've pulled the wire up.
Okay.
To a little point.
So is that going to be the one at the top of the cabochon? Yeah.
And I'm going to do it again for the other outer wire.
I see.
And you get your flat nose pliers, you grip the wire, and then you just pull it up don't know if you can, if I did that very well actually. You pull it up so that it forms a point. Sorry, there we are. So that you've got those. Open them up, and then the heart, the bottom of the heart will just sit in to that little cage that you've made for it there. And then you can pull those wires around. And you're going to be doing the same then as you come around. You know that fits in. You're going to be doing the same at the top here. You're going to, what I want to try and do is get those wires to curve right the way around. And then you're going to do the same at the top here. You're going to just get that wire. If you've got a pair of tweezers like this, they help to sort of start it off too. You've got like a hook on and it gets into the wire.
So you're creating these bits just to sort of hug the cabochon, isn't it, a bit?
That's it. There we go. If I sort of bend them out, right, we're getting there. Okay. And again, that's showing clearly.
Yeah, absolutely, we saw that perfectly. And the same on the other side. Just pulling out those top and bottom wires.
Yeah.
Keeping that middle one as straight. And that one kind of wraps around.
And I am
the centre,
doing this
I
by
suppose.
eye as well as to sort of just make that shape there.
Yeah.
And then you want all your wires sort of back gathered together, so that when that goes around, hopefully I've done this right, that will gather, that will sort of hug around there.
see.
Twisted a bit, but they hug around the shoulder of the heart.
Of the heart itself.
As well as the bottom, and then that is caged in there.
Brilliant. That's really nice because it means you get to see so much of the stone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not sort of taking away from the stone itself.
No, absolutely not.
But what I was hoping to achieve there, and my hands wouldn't let me because it was slipping, was to get the shape of the wire around the stone first before I pulled up the shape of the shoulders there to sort of hold it in. So sorry.
We get you. We get you.
I was all fingers and thumbs there for a bit, but basically that's what you want. You want to achieve that, and then you're pulling them around. There we are. We're getting there now. Okay. There, it's worked out better for that side. And that sort of fits around there like so.
I see, so that's how you'll capture it.
Yeah, that's
Lovely.
how you capture it. Once you've done that, then it's just a matter of wiring the top there together, again with some of the 0.4. Sorry, that looks a real mess. I do apologise.
No, it doesn't. Don't forget, obviously, you've got to do it to the camera and everything else.
But if we could show them the necklace itself, and I'll sort of point out what I can in there, because it'll sort of look. You know, if I pull those up, there you are. You can see how. If you can get that.
Yes. You
There
can
we are.
see,
You can see how the shoulders have hugged around, and then all I've done is I've brought the wires together right at the top there.
Yeah.
And wrapped the 0.4 wire around all of them. Around all of the wires. I won't do it with the cabochon in now because it's not going to fit it properly anyway.
Okay.
Apologies for that, ladies.
Don't be silly.
And gents, whoever's watching. But
it's beautiful.
there we are. You do the same wrap around all 4 of the wires there. Press it flat. Snip off the excess.
So again, it's just keeping it all in place, giving it that lovely professional finish.
And you won't be rushing like me, so you'll have a lot more success than I did just then trying to rush it. So there we go. And then what you do then with you can take the masking tape then off the end of your wire because you've kept them together. But it doesn't matter, we can show them in a minute.
Yeah.
But basically all you do then is that you put a little bead on the end.
And that's onto the 0.8, so those quartz go on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
You can sort of make a little, that'll help if we can get that sort of bent through the bead. And then
Just doing it with your fingers, just open it.
Yeah, and it's not easy when you're slipping.
It's quite warm in here, I've got to open it. Oh, it is. It's these sunbed lights. Come on. It's these sunbed lights. That's what it is. Boiling.
So sorry, that's why my fingers wouldn't do that. I do apologise.
They were silly.
If I'd have had a little bit, obviously, if you've got plenty of time, you know, when I'm sat in my room doing this, it's a lot easier. But
have you got a workshop, or are you a sofa kind of lady?
I wish. I'm a sofa lady at the moment, or even a bed lady. I'm sitting on there at the moment because we haven't got the room for me to have a proper studio at the moment. So
bit of sofa and telly. Love that. Love that.
So what you do then is, obviously you want to add some of the purple wire as well. So what you do is you cut yourself a length of wire, and this can be as long as you need it to be, really, to sort of make as many of these as you want.
Okay.
So, and you're twisting this by hand because you're adding the beads in like branches. So again, you add your bead, you put it wherever you want. You can make them all different lengths to make this sort of wire cluster. Try and hug it around the bead as much as you can. I've just used my nails there to sort of hug it around the bead, and then you can sort of start twisting. Don't try and pull it with the bead because you don't want to damage the drill hole.
Okay.
You just want to sort of get part bead and part wire, and then start your twisting.
It's kind of the sort of tiara twist technique, isn't it?
It is. It's exactly that. Yeah, it's exactly that. And then once you've got as many of those as you want, again you wrap it around the base of your, well, actually the top of your pendant there, and you do the same. You can turn them around. You can give them a little bit of a spiral. And they could be all sorts of different lengths, as I've done on the necklace. Wherever you want them to go, really. You don't even, you know, if you just wanted just a few spirals at the top, you need only do that. I mean, I wanted something that looked a bit more fancy. I wanted a spray of beads, but that's basically all you're doing. And then once you've twisted that wire around at the back, then that's what you use to wire it around the collar.
Okay,
and fix
so
it
that's
to the
how
collar.
you fix it on.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
And
So you can add as much as you want to make it really OTT, big dramatic, or take it quite subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then as for your crochet collar, I used all of these. I did use all of the chips for that one, every single one. What you do first of all is you're going to leave your wire on the reel.
Okay.
And you're going to thread all your beads on first. I haven't got all of them on there, but just to show you that you would in fact thread them all
Put loads and loads
onto
on
your
there.
wire before you even start. And I am using, there it is, I'm using a size 5 crochet needle. That's 5mm, and basically just to start you make a loop. Put that through your needle, then you're going to push up your first chip so that it's up against the side of your needle there.
Okay.
You're going to take the wire around the back, bring it around the front, and then you just pull through.
Okay.
Like so. You do it again. Now I've done it on every one. You don't have to have them as tight together as I have. It's entirely up to you what sort of look you want. You can do a bead and then a plain and then a bead and then a plain. It's entirely up to you how you want it to look. You don't have to do them as tight as me. You can do them as loose as you like, really. But this is what this is the way I did it. So, and you do this to whatever length you know you need your choker to be. And don't worry if it turns out that because you've done it a bit tight that it's come out a bit too short, because you can always add beads to the back like I've done, and then a clasp, and then that will sort of help with the length of to make up the length of the choker that you need.
So you just do the chain stitch and then add on each time.
Yeah.
I like when you've added one each time because it gives it a really decadent look, doesn't it?
It does. It sort of makes it very sort of encrusted sort of look, doesn't it? You know, so when you reach the end of your row, then, as you can see, I'm only doing a little bit. You can see there that the crochet look there, and basically you take your through the first loop, well, through the last loop really, back through the last loop. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get some more wire going there because I haven't got enough. Okay. Take another bead up. And again, if you prefer to do a row of just plain crochet first before you start adding beads again, it's entirely up to you. But you take it, you push your bead up, take it around, pull the wire. You've got to pull the wire then through both of your loops.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go through the next loop. And as you can see, I've done it very tight, so I'm sort of struggling to get them through because I want that sort of tight knitted look. There you go.
And over again.
Oh, hang on, I haven't gone through the loop yet. Getting ahead of myself. There we go.
By going through the loop, that means that your next row is attached onto the previous.
That's it. So you're sort of, yeah, you're going next to the, you're making a new row basically.
Yes.
Yes. So take your chip up to the top, go around the needle and bring it through both loops.
Through both. Got it.
And so on.
Fantastic.
And then there you are. You see, you've got the start of 2 rows.
You can see how that grows up really, really quickly.
And see there, I'm doing quite a tight knit this because I want the chips to be close together. But
got you. That's how you do this look.
Yeah.
And so when we go around to the back of this section, that's where you've added obviously the beads and you clasp
and
onto
again, all you do is you get. Let me just have a look, see what I've just for a bit of.
Let me hand that across.
I think I've used. Yeah, I think I used. Right, yeah. So you've got like you've got your sort of loops at the end there that obviously is part of the crochet. And what I've done is I've taken a piece of the 0.8 wire, made a basic loop, and attached it to the knit there because it's really quite tough. Because you're using 0.4 wire, that's actually quite tough there. And there should be like almost a double loop there that you can loop your. I don't know if you can sort of see that close up, but you can see that I've got it through like a double.
I can
loop
see
of the knit there.
You've gone through 2 of them.
Threaded on. Those are the crimp beads that you get with the findings kit, and I've just made them into beads and used them either side of the purple bead. And then with the jump rings, I've added the toggle clasp. That's it.
Beautiful. I just think it's absolutely stunning. We've had loads and loads of texts in about your designs, absolutely loads, basically just saying how amazing they are and how fantastic they are, and they really are, and how easy to follow as well.
Well, I'm not so sure about the cabochon. I wish that could have worked out a little bit better. But
so simple.
Slippy hands, I'm afraid, and I just could not get it around there. Sorry.
Thank you so much for showing us
You're
those
welcome.
2. Your next design is something a bit more for beginners, but you wouldn't be able to tell.
Well, no, it's still a statement piece of jewellery, but we're using sort of much simpler techniques, so it's not going to be sort of too fiddly, but you know, still going to come up with something special. It's
a seriously standout piece, and it's got one of my favourite gems, Labradorite, in it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned after the break. More from Karen and more bargains. See you in a moment or 3.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have two delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Have you ever thought about making your jewellery making hobby into a business? Come and join our experienced jewellery maker and small business trainer, Angela Edwards, on a fun and relaxed day of tuition into the Jewellery Making Business Academy. Angela will teach you the basic business skills, including how to create a business plan, how to access current and potential customers. Angela will inform you how you should price your products to appeal to your customers and how to make it easier for you to sell to the right people at the right price. She will also teach you on how to use social networking to your advantage and gain a key knowledge on legal requirements and insurances. For more information, please contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Welcome back to Designer Inspiration. Thank you all for joining me today. My name is Rebecca Redican. Do you feel free to call me Becky, or Bex, or B, or Boo? My friends call me Boo. Or just Rebecca. Well, it's up to you. Call this lady Karen though, because that is her name. Karen Crawford's with us today. How are you, lovely?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Good, good, good. Have you, are you started on your challenge?
I have.
Good. How's it going?
It's going well.
Oh,
so far so good.
So far so good.
Yes. Touch wood.
Your second designer inspiration is astonishing. It is beautiful. We are going to be having a little look at that. Oh, I can see it from here. Do you want a sneaky peeky? Go on then, sneaky peeky at this. I don't think you'll believe that actually beginners could create a look like this, but they can. Look at that. That is coming up for you. That is so high-end, isn't it? That's coming up for you within the next sort of half hour or so. So let's squeeze in a few more goodies beforehand. Please don't forget, I've got that rarer than ruby gemstone coming up for you really soon. I have so many treats for you. I really, really do. Let's get started. Oh my gosh. Okay. What I'm about to show you is an absolutely renowned gemstone. It is one of my absolute all-time favourites gemstones. This is impeccable to me for a number of reasons. Number one, it's got the tone I like best in this gemstone. Number two, for the fact that it's got this gorgeous kind of frosting almost look to it. It's not actually been frosted, it's completely natural. Simply all it is we haven't polished it. So it's got this gorgeous appeal to it, which is really unusual. But also, I love it for the fact of the price point. I think it's absolutely astonishing. Just appreciate how unique this is. It's your genuine, natural Imperial topaz. Imperial topaz is a really important gemstone to us here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, mainly because we have such astonishing relationships with the mine owners of this. In fact, I have a little bit of information about the mine and the mining process for this gemstone that I would wish to share with you now. Now, this is a piece written by Matt Bennett. So that's a picture of Matt Bennett at the top there. Steve's son, he's a manager here as well. He has written about his experiences of visiting this mine numerous occasions. He says in there that without doubt, Imperial topaz is one of the rarest gemstones on the planet. And that is absolutely and completely true. It is one of the rarest gemstones on the planet by far. And that's for a few reasons. Mainly due to the mining process of this. It's open pit mining, where for 8 months of the year, it can be covered with water. Can you see that lake in the picture in the bottom corner? That's not actually the lake. That's the mine that has been covered by water. Now, when that has been pumped out, when we have taken out all of that water, which costs a lot of money, as I'm sure you can imagine, we're still only able to have around 3 miners in there at any one time. The scarcity of the gemstone is evident from the size of the mine, considering that this is the only area in the world where you can source Imperial topaz, and the fact that only 3 miners are digging at any one time. That shows you the difficulty of sourcing this gemstone. It's all about the beauty of this, though. It is a unique gemstone. The colour in it is totally natural, and the fact of the matter is that we wouldn't put ourselves through all of this kind of time and effort if you weren't falling in love with this gem. The price point today is going to blow you away. Imperial topaz, it's one locational. It's for the fact that you can't get this every single month of the year. You just can't. It's the fact that it's time, money, effort, love and care going in to getting our hands on this gemstone. Your price point you're usually looking at is probably around the £20 mark. The fact of the matter is this is completely and absolutely natural, even in the way in which we've stranded it. We haven't polished this. We haven't faceted this. This is Mother Nature. Your price point today. Think about those gemstones that we can't get our hands on at all times. Think about those gemstones that we go and try and find at certain times, certain months of the year, and we just can't get our hands on and we can't do it. Things like your Russian chrome dioxide. Think about things like your tanzanite, which right now we're looking and looking and looking, and sometimes we can't find deposits of it at all. Think about your Sapphire garnet, again, same thing. Think about those pieces and think about the price points that you will associate with those pieces. Because it's the same thing with this. It's exactly the same thing with this gemstone. We can't get it all the time. When we do get it, a lot of the time, we'll have to kind of overwork the piece. We'll facet it a lot. We'll polish it highly. The fact of the matter is, this is essentially what we get out of the ground, stranded, so that you can actually work it into your pieces. It's got a beautiful frosting appeal to it, which is gorgeous because it's not too OTT overshine, which is wonderful because it means that you're really benefiting from that sunset. And this is your sunset gemstone. It gives you that gorgeous natural quality of a sunset. 120 carats worth of your Imperial topaz at that price point for one of the most sought after and rarest gemstone in the world is astonishing. But it's one of my favourite gemstones in the world, ever. And I want you lot to love it as much as I do. Anyone for a lowest ever price point? Lowest ever price point on Imperial topaz, you're not going to believe it, £6.95 for you on this today. That price point for a gemstone we can't get a lot of the time. When we can get it, only 3 miners are allowed in that one location at any one time. This is a gemstone that we don't get on here often enough, let alone when we get it in this natural form. A lot of the time it's really high shine, it's got a lot of workmanship done to it, it's kind of faceted to an overextent, it's really, really high shine polish. With this, though, you've got that gorgeous matte effect. That's natural. That's Mother Nature. If you love natural gemstones, and if even more you love natural gemstones that actually haven't been overly messed with, it's Mother Nature, this is the one for you. This is the one for you to go for. And at that price point, it's truly astonishing. Karen Crawford, what do you think, lovely lady, of Imperial topaz?
It's just a wonderful colour, isn't it? I think it's the one stone as well that'll fit in with, I mean, you could probably say about other stones, but because of the colour and the earthiness of the tone of the colour, I think it'll tone in lovely with stones like the jaspers, just to give it that sort of added bit of sparkle. But I think that the two look amazing together.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And the fact that jasper, you know, complete opaque, beautiful gemstone, this got that edge of clarity to it. It's a nice juxtaposition there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your Imperial topaz is so much loved, and it genuinely is one of those gemstones that we try and get our hands on time and time again, and sometimes, sadly, we're unable to. £6.95 for you today, 120 carats worth of this. It really is truly beautiful. Congratulations everyone who's got it. I think you're going to love that richness. I'm about to bring you another natural gemstone. When I'm talking about gemstones, for me, don't get me wrong, I don't mind treatments actually. I don't mind them at all, especially on certain gemstones, like that quartz before with that gorgeous rainbow coating. Love that, absolutely adore it. For me, I'm a little bit of an odd one. I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to my big four. I want natural, time and time again. If I can get it at a decent price, that's what I want. Now, when you're dealing with blue sapphire, you will get a lot of treatment. You really, really will. From irradiation, which is essentially, we zap it with gamma rays. That's what we do, we zap it, so much so in fact, and this will change the appeal and kind of the look and the feel, I suppose, in a way for the gemstone. We zap it so much that actually what happens is we have to lock it away for months, sometimes years, because it's so dangerous. To get into human contact would be an absolute disaster, so we lock it away for a long time. That happens a lot with sapphire. Another one is filling, and actually I've got a picture of a filled sapphire for you, and it's fine to fill sapphire, completely fine. The only thing is, when you look at it, you get this look internally. So can you see those kind of bubbles and those kind of line fractures? That's a filled sapphire, and what that is essentially we filled it with blue glass. That's what it's filled with, essentially, a lead-based substance, like a glass substance, that we dye it blue and we kind of inject it into the gemstone. That again isn't a big problem, because at the end of the day it's so rare to get big, bold pieces of sapphire. You know, it's completely rare, completely unusual, that actually it's fine for us to do that, because it's such a rarity. We wouldn't have half the amount of sapphire that we have available to us if we didn't fill it. So that again is fine. For me though, I'm a bit of a stickler for a natural big four. I just am, I just like it, and I'm bringing it to you today. Not only is it sapphire, and not only is it natural, but it is one of the most workable shapes and sizes you could ask for. 170 carats worth of your blue sapphire here today. 7.5 mil on these, so you're just off an 8 mil, which was voted your favourite. I love the fact that these are a 7.5 though, because that means it's going to add a real nice different appeal to your pieces. HFPO 52, your price point today is just £99.95 for you today. Imagine this as just an entire sapphire necklace. Oh, I don't want to hit my mic. This is touching at the back. Imagine that. How much would you be charging for that? If it was on £925, I'm obviously going to put it on £925. You're going to be, well, what, £200, £300, depending on where you're selling it. It could even be more than that. Do check out your baskets on this, please, please. I cannot comment enough how imperative it is to do so. $99.95. That is your price point on this today. What do you think of that price point, Karen Crawford, for genuine, real deal, natural, massive quantity, and massive carat weight of sapphire?
They are big, aren't they?
Huge.
I mean, what can you do? What can you say? I mean, wow. I mean, that's just amazing, isn't it? Can you imagine those with pearls?
Oh my days, gorgeous idea.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Just little sparkly pearls next to these. Do check out those baskets. Well done, everyone. £99.95 for you today. Let's do these jasper cabs now. Karen, I'd love a little bit of your kind of input on this, please, and tell me, because you've already said you love jasper.
Yeah.
What do you think of these ones?
God, oh, they are beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Aren't they gorgeous? You know, you said about the Picasso.
Come closer?
Yeah, come on. Can I come closer? Yeah. You know, you were saying before about the Picasso jasper. It's got that touchy feel of it about it,
Certainly
hasn't it?
has, actually.
Really
yes,
has.
It really has. Yeah, you do want to touch them, and yeah, they are beautiful.
Do you love them?
I do. They're like little works of art, aren't they?
Aren't they really?
Yeah.
Well, interestingly enough, it is your artist jasper. What would you pair these with?
I think, like, it was coming up in the kit, the sort of the black.
Oh yeah.
to be honest, because you've got greys and you've got reds and you've got yellows in there, and I can't think of a nicer stone to sort of see that with this black. Yeah,
it's going to go
that would sort of stand out just perfectly, wouldn't it?
Oh, Karen, I'm so on board with you there.
Yeah. That would look perfect.
Look away, Karen, look away, look away. You've got things to do.
Step away from the gemstones.
Step away from the gemstones. These are absolutely unique, individual, and I mean exquisite. So much so that I cannot think of a time I have seen more of an artistic, decadent selection of your cabochons. It is unique, it is individual. It's almost hard for me to put across into words, so I suppose the best thing to do is just to show you one at a time so you can fall in love as much as Karen has. That is amazing, isn't it? Be honest. That is astonishing, isn't it? The colour palette of this is delectable. It is in carat weight. It is in carat weight. So you might be getting, you know, 6 like I am, you might be getting 7, you might be getting 5. It'll depend. You will get an assortment of shapes though. There are so many of you coming in for this. Just look at this delicate one here. I love that. The really interesting thing about this is the artistic jasper that we've got here. It almost does look like a paint. It's not, but it almost does look like it, because I don't know if you can see, but you see you've got that kind of greenish grey, almost khaki colour, but then you almost look through that and then you've got that maroon kind of hiding behind it. It's almost like a layered up painting. So you've got kind of, I suppose specifically with maybe your acrylics or your oils, where you get them and you'll layer up the colours, but then as you slice away at them, you get that kind of back tone of colour. It is just stunning. It is absolutely exquisite. Every single one of these, I really, oh my gosh. And do you know what I need to say? Very rarely will I say the back of the gemstone too is as exciting, but genuinely it is. The back of these are matte, so if you do want that flattened, non-high shine looks, we have done designer inspirations on it before, and you can do that. Look at the back of this as well. I even think that is gorgeous, isn't it? That is so, so beautiful. Look at the back of this one as well. This one's an exciting one too. Because the design on this one's almost kind of playing through, but in a muted version. Isn't that astonishing? And you can even see better on the back actually, how you've got that almost melting of colours. Honestly, I am blown away by these. Oh my gosh, and look at this one. Wow. This one's got more of those maroon tones as opposed to kind of that khaki greeny colour. I love the back of this one. I think I even prefer it to the front. That just looks astonishing, doesn't it? I really, really appreciate the beauty of these, and I can see that a lot of you do as well. I have got your masala tones in here, haven't I? Perfect for 2015. It's your Pantone colour. Your masala is spanning through this. I've even got a touch of your tangerine in there, actually. It is fashion forward collection. This is what it equates to for me. It equates to 6 for me in these different shapes and different sizes. You might get more, you might get less. It's all done on carat weight, but you will definitely get artist jasper multi-shaped cabochons around 600 carats worth. Your price point today, it's just £17.95 for you today. Just £17.95. Now, genuinely, even if you got the smallest one of these, the smallest ones, and used it, say, as your pendant, you would be charging more than that just for this individual one. Because it is unique, it is different, it's completely separate to anything else. We've had a text in. Use the matte back of the cab with antique bronze wire for a vintage look. Sarah, adore that idea, especially on this one, especially on that kind of antique-y bronzy one, or in fact it'd go with the green nicely too. Sarah, I adore that idea. A really kind of old-fashioned, vintage, beautiful appeal. Sarah, what a good idea. Just goes to show you can get totally different looks just by using the back of these. So, so different. £17.95 for all of those. What do you think of £17.95 for these?
Brilliant. That's just a... I mean, I've paid more than that for glass, so...
Yeah. It's astonishing,
yeah.
isn't it? They are so beautiful. $17.95 on those for you. So much more to fit in before designer inspiration. So, better get some in. This is stunning. This is beautiful quality. In fact, I want to talk to you about the quality of this first off before I even show you. I've got a picture from the Smithsonian. Now, I'm sure a lot of you will know what the Smithsonian is, but essentially the Smithsonian is this renowned location. It's kind of a an information centre in a way. There's 19 individual different museums. There's, I think it's 9 research centres within this as well. And one of them is focused on gemstones, massively focused on gemstones. And this is actually a picture from one of their museums, from one of their research centres of your peridot. Now keep your look out for those. Look at the clarity on those pieces you've got of one of the stands for this, and now look at the gorgeous quality of what you have here. It's still that same quality, isn't it? It's still got that clarity, it's still got that beautiful kind of clarity to every single piece of these. It really is so beautiful. It truly is exceptional. I absolutely adore these. You have got here 925 sterling silver chain. Now, you're used to seeing the 925 sterling silver chain. You're used to seeing the singular chain, probably. But we have more recently started doing the cluster. So you're used to, if I get my fingers in the way there, you're more used to seeing just kind of this section. Just that chain there, aren't you? That's what we normally do. Remember when we used to do a metre of that? But actually what we've decided to do is add on all of these drops. So every single one of these has a little extra detail, little extra drop detail. I just love that as a headpiece, to be honest. I think it's absolutely sensational. You have got around 50 centimetres worth here of this genuine real deal 925 cluster in that gorgeous peridot. Your price point today, should be. We are going to take it down for you today though. We're taking it lower in price just because we've got a few of them, maybe not as many as we would like. Your price point today is not £27.95, it's actually just £24.95 for you today. Get the quality, get that high-end effect, that beautiful appeal, and let's face it, we've put this with 925. If this was rubbishy quality of your peridot, we wouldn't be pairing it with your 925, would we? We'd put it with a kind of a less precious metal, let's say, definitely. But that goes to show you the quality not only of the peridot, but also of the workmanship on this chain as well. Completely hand-created, not done by a machine. Every single one of these hand looped on with your double wrap loop and those little head pin clusters. £24.95. Oh my gosh. Lucy was telling us higher than 1 mil size peridot is not coming out of the mine at the moment. Grab. Get them as quickly as you can. Thank you for that messaging, lovely. It is so tricky to get our hands on this gemstone at this moment in time. We're only getting it in very small quantities and very small yields and very small amounts. You're getting them kind of in very small nugget, almost chippy-like form, I suppose. £24.95 for you on that today. Get it whilst you can. Say to me again, lovely. Karen, how do you feel about pearls?
Sorry?
How do you feel about pearls?
I love them. I think they can sort of add a little bit of almost metallic sheen to a necklace. When you haven't got enough findings, you turn to pearls next, I think.
Yes.
For that same sort of break between beads, if you see what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
It does, because of the orient on these, you get that beautiful refraction of the light and you get this gorgeous kind of myriad of colours dancing across the surface. These are brand new, brand spanking new pearls. These are so stunning. You can appreciate the colouring of these, can't you? But also you can appreciate the smoothness and the beauty of these because they are high-end. Let's be completely honest about these. They are so smooth. Not lots of dimples in these, not lots of kind of the candy floss, as I call it, candy floss effect throughout these. Smoothness, beauty, stunning effect of these, and they are just really beautiful. only 1 millimetre off being a perfect round, so you have got that kind of high-end appeal within this. It's brand new, and it's my lovely producer Helena's absolute favourite. Anyone want a premier price point? A price point that actually you won't see again, because what happens is sometimes we'll do a premier price point on newbies like this, because what it means is you don't have to wait for them to be in sale. You don't have to look at this and go, oh, I love that, I need that, I want that, it's perfect for spring. I'm starting on my springtime makes. I've got loads to make for my craft fairs coming up in March. I've got to get them made. I've got Easter presents to get on the way as well. I've got loads to do. I really want them, but I'm going to wait. I better wait for 2 months, 3 months, till they're in the price drop, till they've been in the sale. No, premier price point, it means we're gonna offer you the best price we can straight away, and that means you don't have to wait. This will be the price you need to get used to paying for these, because this will be the price that you will pay for this in future effects. Not today. Today, launch price, premier price point of £7.95 for you on this today. And do not forget, necklace length. For anyone who again is maybe tuning in for the first time, just because you're waiting for Karen, you're looking at all of her beautiful pieces, touching at the back, this is perfect length for me for a necklace, £7.95. Oh, hello, Karen, people from your end coming in. Look, gainers in Cardiff.
Yeah.
Hiya, you all right, love? Anyone from my way? No? Rude. West Midlands, woo! Shout out for the West Midlands in the gallery there for you. Oh, can I pretend I'm... Oh, Flintshire, that's more my way. That's more my way, Annette, me and you. Very local, very, very local. I would like to be living next door to Eleanor, though, if I'm honest, in Barcelona. If I could pick, possibly at the moment, I'd quite fancy going there. Loads of you coming in for this. Hello, everyone. Get it at the premier price point. Do you know what? Dorset is a beautiful place, isn't it? Dorset's a bit gorgeous as well. Georgia would be nice as well. Yeah, I wouldn't mind nipping over to Georgia. Really wouldn't. Pardon?
Cornwall.
Cornwall.
That's my call.
Is that your call?
Yeah.
I really would love to learn to surf in Cornwall. I think that would be the best place to learn to surf. It'd be amazing.
I wouldn't do that, but...
You probably wouldn't do that. Why not?
I can't stand on a surfboard. I've got a gammy hip.
I can't stand. Thank you. I love that you've definitely thought about it, though.
I used to skateboard and to stop when it went gammy. So.
Oh, bless you. Oh,
dear.
Oh, no. Because I think you could definitely pull off the whole kind of surfboard vibe, to be honest, Ben.
You.
Oh, me. What am I like? Oh, stop. £7.95 for you today. Your names have gone off my screen. Loads of multi-buyers on this. But congratulations to everyone. Brand spanking new for you today. £7.95. Right, it's our time of day again. I'm moseying on over to you in a few moments, if that's all right, Karen.
Okay.
But first off, I want everyone to have the opportunity to own this selection. Let's talk about your wire first, shall we? Loads of it. Not as many as the 200 metres we had before, but still plenty. 50 metres worth of your black. To start off with. Now this is a really, really useful wire that we have here because it's a gorgeous colouring. And also because of the gauge of this, 0.6. It's a wonderful, wonderful, deep, rich tone that we have to this, and we're going to be showing you how to really kind of make this pop, I suppose, in the next design. I've also got for you 10 metres worth of your 0.6 in the silver, 10 metres worth of your 0.8 in the silver, 10 metres worth of your 0.6 again, so you're getting 20 metres worth of the 0.6 in total, 0.8. and 10 metres worth of your 0.4 as well. So going from your structural all the way to kind of your more weaving wires and then everything in between, really, aren't you? Really wonderful collection and array that we have here. I'm then adding your gemstones to this. This is the one we were saying before would go gorgeously with that artistic jasper. The lustre on these is phenomenal. Look at that. Oh, it's so interesting, isn't it? Isn't it? Deep, rich sparkle. It's absolutely wonderful effect that we have here. Black stripe agate, faceted rounds, 10 mil on these, 230 carats worth we have in total. A beautiful array there. And then adding to those, gosh, they're gorgeous. those shell pearl, they are so spectacular because they are really, really kind of, they're kind of that old silver. They're not bright, poppy, bow in your face kind of silver, are they? I don't know what bow meant. But they're kind of gentle. Do you know what they are? Titanium. That's what I'd call them personally. I'd call them titanium coloured. Or even platinum coloured, maybe. 4 mil on those ones today, and they are your beautiful plain rounds that we have there. And now let's get on to the Labradorite. Oh. We don't see it often enough, I don't think. If you love Labradorite, then get your hands on this kit because we do not have it in often at all. If you like Labradorite, then this is a lovely little twist on it, I think, because it's still got some of the appeal there, but it's slightly different in effect. Oh gosh, that is gorgeous, isn't it? This is a type of monzonite that we're working with here, and you get this beautiful, almost pockets, I suppose, of that beautiful effect within here. So it's not like Labradorite when it sheens all the way across. What it actually does, you just get it in little areas, which is beautiful. It always gives you more of that appeal and more of that effect. It always makes you want to look into the gemstone more, doesn't it? Always makes you kind of grabs your eye even more, doesn't it? Your Labradorite, these are top drilled. I've got 2 different sizes. So I've got a 40 by 12 mil strand, that's with around 300 carats worth. And then I also have your slightly sort of longer drops, I would say. Sorry, shorter. The longer one, sorry, at the 42. So you can see you've got the different effects. You've almost got, speaking of surfing, the surfboard shape, haven't you here? And then you've got more of your tooth shape, your hound tooth shape almost, in that one. 350 carats worth there. They are absolutely beautiful. And I will say, one of the reasons we don't actually have Labradorite on that often is because it can wilt in the lighting here. In the sense that it's hard for you to see kind of those beautiful internal effects underneath the light. But get it home and you'll really, really appreciate the beauty of it because it is just oh so eye-catching. Let's reiterate exactly what we're getting, shall we? 2 massive strands of your Labradorite. Hardly ever see it. Get it whilst you can because it's beautiful. I've then got those titanium-like coloured pearls, 4 mil, and I've got your faceted black agate as well. That's striped agate. I've also got loads of wire. 60 metres worth of 0.6. 10 metres worth of your 0.8 mil and 10 metres worth of your 0.4 with that massive 50 metres worth of your black wire. Price point today should be. We've only got one of the strand of Labradorite on the website at the moment, so I know it's quite hard for you to kind of judge where we're going at price point wise, but that's your should be price. That's what you'd expect to pay. That is what you'd pay if you went online right now and tried to buy this individually. UBGC90 is your discount code. Now, when you're working with this discount code, when you see that discount code, that doesn't last forever. That's only going to last until 9. So it's really important that you type that in as soon as you can. And once you do type it in and once you do get that discount on there, you are checking out the basket as soon as you can as well. Because yet again, strangely enough, I actually only have 66 of this kit, which for a weekend is extraordinarily low. Normally we're kind of, you know, rocking around the hundreds, aren't we? But no, we have only got 66 of these today. So that's your price point. Do you mind if I round it up? If I round it up in my mind? What about, well, it's closer to 48 than it is 47, isn't it? So let's say £48 worth. That's what you're used to paying for this lot. Not today. We're rolling it down. Obviously we won't be able to get it lower than 30, will we? Yes, we can. £27.95 for you today. I genuinely don't think anybody expected that, and I can tell you for why. Because I probably had about 7 people checking out their baskets on this before that price came in. I have now just seen an influx of people grabbing this into their baskets. It's like supermarket sweep out there right now. Everyone's like elbowing people out of the way to try and get their hands on this right now. Nobody expected that price drop. Nobody expected that amount. No one expected that to go under £30 ever. No No chance, no way. But we've taken it low, we've taken it down to that, you know that we have. The fact of the matter is that loads of you are coming in on the phone lines. Do not worry, if you're on the phone right now, you're put in a queue, and by the looks of things, for the amount that we've got, amount of people that we've got in your queue, yeah, you lot, you've got it, you've got it. Those people in the queue right now, by the looks of things, you will be getting your hands on this, so do not worry yourselves. I've got loads and loads of goodies coming up for you today, but what I will say is, we couldn't actually find any gemstones like this as an alternate colourway. So if you want to create, and let's face it, you need to create this stunning design, then you need to get this kit. Names have gone off my screen. Welcome to you all. Feast your eyes and fall in love. That is spectacular. What was your inspiration on this one, please, Karen?
Really, the long beads that we had, and I've only used, because you had 2 strands of the beads. I mean, they're just such a wonderful shape that they gave the inspiration then for the necklace. I didn't need anything else to give me inspiration. It was those that helped me to come up with the style.
It is beautiful lava kite, and you know, you'll see in your piece underneath these lights, would you say that you got more of that kind of beautiful optical effect to your eye?
Most definitely, yeah. It's and it really does shimmer. I mean, I know it's got black in it, but I'd be wearing that with a black dress myself, with a round neck. It would almost look like part of the dress, if you see what I mean.
I love that idea. Almost look like you're floating in a little way, isn't it?
Yeah, and because I think that the sheen coming off the lava kite is going to sort of add interest to any sort of black dress that you've got.
You are so right. I just adore this piece. I really, and the fact that you said earlier on, a beginner could create this.
Yeah, easily, yeah.
It's astonishing, isn't it? Don't forget, for you in this time, I have got your Viking knit coming up. I've also got your Gizmo coiler as well, back by popular demand, so do stay tuned. Where are we going to start with this, please?
Right, we're going to start by putting on the
lava kites.
Lava kites. And the black. We're going to do them pretty much at the same time. Okay. So, and basically all you do is...
And is that onto your 0.8 or 0.6?
0.8, this is going onto.
Brilliant.
So as you can see, I'm sort of hugging that, and I'm just doing this with my fingers, by the way. There's no tools involved at the moment with this. I've just hugged it around the top there too, and that's really going to make it into a bail, really. I mean, that's holding the stone in there. Then I'm going to add on one of the black beads.
I only got 20 of that kit left, so please check out.
There we go. And if you've noticed, I've also on my on my necklace there. Right, I've got. If you look, I've put like a little silver bead, spacer bead in between, which were the crimp covers that I had with the kit, with the findings kit.
I see, yeah.
But I mean, they're not sort of really necessary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the beads that I've got there. Yeah, which I've used in other parts of the necklace anyway. So what you do is you do this as you go along as well. So you're attaching some of your 0.4 wire to the end there. You just wrap that around twice to attach it.
Okay.
And you add on one of your grey beads, one of your shell pearls.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Beautiful
that
colour.
Sort of titanium colouring. Really
it is,
gorgeous.
Isn't it? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Almost hematite as well.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of, almost like a brushed hematite.
Yeah.
And you're going to take this wire through the black bead as well, and believe me, it'll go, because it's got quite a generous drill hole.
That's good.
Yeah.
So threading both of those onto that.
Yep.
Lovely.
Okay. So that's the effect you're going to have. Sorry. There we are. Okay.
I see. Yeah. Got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Then you're going to bring the 0.8 wire around it again, thread on another lava kite.
So you're just free-forming that bend down with your fingers. Could you do it with tools as well? If you're...
I just don't see the point. I mean, the wire is so pliable anyway that it's so easily done with the fingers. There's no real need for any sort of tool for this. And to be honest, your hands are your most important tool anyway, because even when you are using tools, you're using your hands, if you see what I mean. So they're the most... There we are. So sorry if I've got to pull it away towards me or something. It's just to sort of grapple with the wire.
Yeah, I see.
So I do apologise if I've pulled that away. Oh, hang on. Silly me, using the wrong bead.
Is that where you'd add on another one of
Another
the
one of the little ones as well to go through the middle.
I see.
If I can never find the... There we go.
Not many of this kit left whatsoever. 14 left, that's it. So please do check out for us.
And then you're threading one of the black beads onto both wires. Now for the main wire, which is the 0.8 wire, I would suggest you cut about 30-35 inches to make the full necklace, because there's a lot of bends there for the front there of the necklace. So that's what I would suggest to people that they use.
Okay.
And another of the Labradorite. They really have got a beautiful sheen to these, haven't they?
They're stunning, aren't they?
And it's one of those beads again that's got lots of interest in them. Stones rather, that's got lots of interest in them, and like the jaspers have got patterning. These have got their own sort of special little not just patterning, but the
sheen and the
luster. Yes, exactly. And same with sort of tiger's eye as well. You've got the same sort of thing there. You've got the patterning, you've got the banding, but you've got that beautiful sheen sort of coming through as well, haven't you?
Yeah,
for that. So, right, I'll do one more of these, and then I can show you then how we form the...
slightly that way for you.
Sorry, yeah.
That's all right, don't worry about it.
What was it, a camera shot?
Don't worry.
So, thread on another of the pills. And then another black bead.
And that's got to go through both of them again.
That's it.
Lots of these in baskets. Please do check those out, because people will be missing out. And you know what? If you're at home and you've got a phone near you, why not get on the phone? Do a little bit of basket taking. Why not? Because the people with it in the baskets, already people are going to miss out. So do treat yourself today. It's an amazing price point.
Just want to use that for reference a sec.
Yeah, go on, no problem.
Lovely. Okay. Right, so I would have put there would have been like another silver bead on the end, but I haven't got any spare to put on this, so I'm just gonna leave that for now and put I'm just going to show you, because you've seen how to do that bit now, and I'm going to show you how to do the embellishments.
The little bows.
Yeah.
Over the top.
You can either use, if you've got wire left over, use that of the 0.4. You can carry on using that, or you can just attach, like I did that to that end. I attached the 0.4. Yeah. You can attach another length to that end to sort of start the bead weaving, really. Okay. So we're gonna thread on. I think I used 4 for each. Sorry,
I think you used 4, did you?
4 for each arch, is it? Yes.
Just gives it a nice bow effect.
Yeah, and it's sort of for me, it adds that little bit of elegance to the necklace as well. That sort of pearl. Pearls do anyway. They sort of add that elegance, don't they?
They really do. Completely agree with that. 7 of the kit left, 20-ish in baskets.
So I've brought it around the top of the bead there.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do then is twist it.
Yeah.
Around the 0.8 wire between the black and the shell pearl.
Okay.
black bead and the shell pearl.
Got ya.
You're taking it then behind the shell pearl. There we are, let me show you what I've done. I'm taking it behind the shell pearl there, and I'm wrapping it between the beads again, just twice, threading on my next 4.
Yeah. Sliding 4 of those on again. If you do wish to do this in an alternate colourway, I do have it in the copper as well, the copper wire, if you wanted to do the base wire in a different look. What kind of look do you think that'd give, Karen?
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? that actually would look great, wouldn't it? With just that little bit of copper, which, I mean, I can prove to you, look, with the greys and the blacks.
You're completely right, look at that.
Isn't that wonderful? I mean, that would look fantastic.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good alternative wire to have.
Because what do you think it'll add to the piece?
I think that's sort of vintage quality, isn't it? That's what I think it would
Nail
bring
on the
to
head
it.
there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with those gemstones. Especially with the gemstones.
And I tell you what I haven't done, and you'll only sulk if I don't, is say happy birthday to my youngest son, Mitchell.
How old's Mitchell?
He's 27, he's my baby.
Oh, and Mitchell.
So it's his birthday today.
What's he doing for his birthday, please?
Well, I think he went out a couple of nights ago and was suffering yesterday, but today I think he's okay.
Mitchell, I'm 27 as well, my love, and I'm telling you, the older you get, the worse it gets, isn't it? 27, ooh, you hit that wall, don't you? Oh, bless you. Happy birthday. Have you bought him a present or anything, Karen?
No, we've he wanted the money.
Good.
He wants to go out and buy himself a new wardrobe of clothes.
Oh.
So yeah, he'll be doing that.
He'll be out treating himself to shopping.
Yeah, if not in the week, he'll be doing it next weekend, I should think.
Oh,
so
fab. I love that idea. Happy birthday, Mitchell, lovely. Sorry to steal your mum and your birthday. How rude. How rude. I have got for you 50 metres worth of your copper coloured wire, and this is in your 0.8. 50 metres worth of it. You could see how beautiful that goes, can't you, with that lava kite? It's a real nice kind of interesting different look, isn't it? Like Karen said, it's a bit vintagey. Oh, come here you cheeky little thing. Your price point today, 50 metres worth. It's just £14.95 for you on those today. It is going to add a beautiful depth to your piece, it really is. And don't forget, the 0.8 is what we've used as almost your base wire, I suppose, through this. And it does fit through your lava kite as well. £14.95 for you today. Okay, Karen, I'm back with you.
All right, so what I'm going to do now is put the beads in between the lava kite there.
So it's this section here we're going to be doing next.
So what I'm going to do with that, we'll go to the back of the necklace for this. I'm going to add the wire to the side of that one there. You only need wrap it round 2 or 3 times. There you are. I'm just going to do it once to anchor it. I'm taking it around the back then of the dropper. Can you see that clearly? And then I'm taking it round the other side of the bead to anchor it on. So there you are. You've got the wire going across the back of your lava kite dropper there. Wrap it round a couple of times.
So that's holding it more there, isn't it?
Yeah. Because what you're going to do then is you're going to add your grey shell pearl. And you're going to carry on doing exactly the same. Okay. You can see how easy this really is. Like anybody could achieve this.
Okay.
Wrap that round twice.
I see, so you're wrapping that around. And that's adding you strength there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking it over to the other side.
Over
Just around the back. This is the back of your necklace you're looking at.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry really about this because you're not going to see it, are you?
It doesn't matter that you've got a bit of wire around the back of the bead. Not that it would matter even if it did show, because it doesn't look that bad actually, but all the same, we're going to be calling out the back of the necklace simply for. There we go. And this is the most fiddly part, is just doing this. As you can see, the rest of it is just so simple.
Yeah.
You know, not that this
and it's just following a pattern, isn't it?
It is, exactly, yeah. And of course, with doing this, you get a natural curve to the necklace as well. So it sort of splays out the droppers just nicely to come around the neck.
It's almost like a mane, isn't it?
Yes, exactly that. Yes, that's such a good descriptive term, actually. Yes.
It's beautiful.
And that is it, really, for doing
amazing
the front part of the necklace. Then, and I have used. I think I've used, hang on, let me have a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've used 13 so that there's an odd number. That always looks better when you're stringing a necklace, is to have an odd number, because the balance of the design looks a lot better if you use an odd number.
This necklace looks fantastic, says Davina. I cannot wait for my kit to arrive to start making. Keep up the fab demos. That's from Davina.
Bless, thank you very much. So there you are. And so once you've, obviously I'm only just using 3 here for demonstration purposes, but you get the gist of it then. You see how the pattern is built up.
Okay.
For the rest of the necklace then, we're going to make these little gizmo beads.
Gizmo tool, how do you feel about it?
I love it. I could not exist without it.
Do you use it a lot?
A lot.
Really?
A lot. I love my gizmo tool. It is my life. It really is.
Why do you love it so much? Can you tell me?
It's just so you get so much use of it. You can make the beads, you can make, because I'm going to be doing it, I hope, if it works out right, I'm going to be using it as a frame around the stones, droppers and things like that. So I'm going to, I use it a lot for strength in a necklace, because you want your necklace to be strong, so putting these beads on is going to add strength to that.
I just want to show you, this is the piece that you've made for this design. So this is obviously made on this tool.
Yes.
It's just astonishing that you get, have you gizmoed a gizmo?
I've gizmoed a gizmo, yes.
That is, because I love how in the black bits you get that flash of silver underneath, which is reminiscent of the flash you get behind the lava kites.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, that's so thoughtful. To create that, you're going to need this gizmo tool. You get 2 rods with this. Comes with instructions. So easy. All you have to do, essentially, because you get your section to pin it through here, you put the rod through whichever size it kind of relates to it. You get your wire, you turn the handle, and you get effects like this. You can make clasps with it, you can make beads with it. You can do a gizmo coil and a gizmo. That's not all we're getting in this bundle, though. We are getting, actually, a twisted wire that would go quite nicely with your kit anyway.
Oh, yes.
Isn't it?
That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I feel disappointed for you now.
Oh.
This is your twisted...
some.
This is your twisted wire. A bit late now, Cameron. This is your twisted wire that we've got here. It's your silver and your black, and it's your 1 mil that we've got on here. It is absolutely wonderful. When we say 1 mil, what I mean is it's 2 sets of 1 mil, and they're twisted together. You've also got your fuchsia 0.4 as well. You've got the 0.4 here as well, 10 meters worth of that. Your price point for this and for 20 meters worth of your wire should be $14.35. That's your price. It should be. We are going to take it lower for you today. Not a massive amount of these in stock, so get it whilst you can. To create this look, we're going to need this tool, and we've got extra wire as a bit of a bonus. Price point today is just £8.95 for you today on all this 20 metres worth of your wire, including that high-end twisted wire as well as the gizmoing tool. I've got to say though that with all the people that have checked out, I'm actually in my last chance saloon on this just about now, so please do treat yourself to these when you want them, and once this is gone we'll put the kit back up on your screen. £8.95 for you. And actually we can see Karen getting gizmo-y now.
And the mandrel I'm using is not the one that comes with the kit. This is just one I've made it of stainless steel wire because I wanted a thin gizmo.
How clever is that? So you made your own even?
Yeah, and it's
to go with it.
It does sort of bend a bit as you're coiling, but completely doable.
Does the job.
Yeah.
Does the job.
But I mean, you can use, honestly, the mandrels you get are fine. I mean, I just wanted a thinner bead, but you can make thicker ones. It's not going to look out of place with this necklace.
Yeah, of course not.
Excuse me.
Ben, yes, I do agree with you with your discussion about the dog. The dog noises when it sounds like a pig. Do you have any pets, Karen?
No.
No, you're not a petty person.
I am actually. I love cats.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do. I love them. Yeah.
Oh, kitty cat.
But I haven't had the heart to sort of replace my last cat, Bobby, because he was so upset when he died.
Yeah, it takes time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I do adore.
It's been years, but I mean, I just.
Oh,
he was just such a lovely cat.
So
I can't imagine another cat being as great as he was, you know.
So. And you wouldn't want to be let down.
No.
Oh, Ben was just saying how he's planning on getting a dog. He really, really wants a dog, and he loves when the dogs do that pig noise. You know, you stroke them and they go,
yes.
like that.
I do as well.
It's the best thing. I love it. Ben, you're going to love me so much more for this. I love that noise so much that I have trained my dog to do that noise. When I do this and say talk, she goes, oh, and then I pretend I'm having a conversation with her. It's really, really good. Yeah, she actually knows how to talk more than she does know how to sit, actually, which is slightly worrying. There's loads of you coming in for this. I've probably got about 15 of it left, so get it while you can. £8.95 for you today. Okay.
So I've made my black gizmo coil and I've threaded it. I'm leaving it on the spool and I've threaded it onto the 0.8 wire.
Okay.
So then we are going to use the small mandrel in the kit then to do this bit.
So this is how we're using that gizmo.
Tie it around the handle. Excuse me. There we are. And we're going to start by doing 6. Sorry, that's slowed
enough.
enough.
I'll hold it for you.
6 coils of the plain silver there before we start then coiling the gizmo wire.
Okay.
So you'll need to sort of start this off yourself because it's a bit tricky to sort of get it going without it sort of slipping, if you see what I mean. So, right, let's start that off. That should, there we go. Okay. Once you've got it started then by hand, it should, there we go. Start coiling it around. And like you say, you can see the silver sort of shining through as well.
It's so beautiful effect. And I do love how it's a motif that follows through into your gemstones as well.
Yeah, exactly. And don't worry if it overlaps a bit, because you can always sort of go back and there we are, get the tension going again. Then you finish it then with another sort of 6 of just the silver wire, so that's what you end up with on your mandrel. And then you're going to just snip the excess wire.
Okay.
And twist it from your handle. Pull it off your mandrel. Cut off the excess. Then you're going to get some of your 0.6 wire. Let me get all this up the way so you can see it properly. And I'm probably going to say you'll need about maybe 2 foot of this. Say 50 centimetres of this. So that would be about, I better make sure I got enough there.
So about half a metre's worth-ish.
Yeah.
So that's 30. About 6.
There
50.
we go.
Yeah.
So there we are, 50 centimetres.
50 centimetres.
So leave yourself a wee bit of a tail there.
Okay, so it's going over the top of that bead then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Attach it to the end of the bead, and then what you're going to do is take that silver in between the coils.
How you've done that.
And this you can do by hand. It is just so simple. There you go.
That's amazing.
And at this point,
done that bit.
It's really easy. And at this point, if you want to, and it's entirely up to you, you can even add beads, so that there's little beads sort of at the side or at the bottom of each coil bead.
Okay.
I've done that before as well. If you've got like little gemstone beads or little silver beads, this is what you can do. Because you could, I mean, there's a lot of very sort of small onyx beads or black spinel or whatever you've got sort of there really, or like I say, you can get the little tiny spacer beads. And then you coil it also around the end coil of your bead there as well. Snip the excess wire.
I suppose that ties it in, but also gives it a bit of strength, does it? Because it's doubled up.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then do the same the other end.
Okay.
And there you have it.
How stunning is that?
Just sort of, if you've got an end that's sticking up, just bring that around slightly with your pliers so that it's all nice and tidy, and there's your bead.
And that is exactly how you do them. And you've needed to make 4.
Yeah, you need to make 4, and then basically you just thread them on, bring your necklace back, get all these out the way. Snip off all these extra bits I don't want.
Beautiful.
There we go, snip them off. So basically what you're doing then is, I don't know if I'll get one of these through, might do. No. Yeah. Oh, yes. Ah,
so the shell hole goes on to the 8.
It does go through, there we are.
That's good, that's really good.
And then you thread on your
bead.
Gizmo bead. And then another black bead. I like that you've got banding in some of these as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
And then you finish with another bead. You do that either side. What did I do on the end there? Oh, another black bead. And then finish with a wrap loop, I think.
Okay, yeah, to attach on your clasp.
Yep. I haven't left myself quite a lot of room there, but that's all right. That's enough to be doing that with.
Perfect.
There we are. There's around those pliers. So to do a wrap loop, bend it over, bring it around those pliers there, and then just wrap it around. Sorry, I haven't left myself quite enough.
No, don't worry. We get the idea.
But you can always use just to bring it around.
Just getting your tools in there to make that loop. Fab. And then that's obviously where you
attach that then to one of the toggle clasps I used, didn't I? Yeah.
Yes, you did, yeah. So if I did the jump ring attached, and then the top clasp that we have on here as well, to give you that really beautiful look. I love how well it ties in with it actually, because you've got the gizmo coils. You've actually chosen one that almost has the gizmo effect on the clasp.
That's it, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because I think the more you can get your components to sort of tie in with one another, the better the design, really.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And do not forget, you can actually make the clasps with your gizmo. How many of those gizmo bundles do we have left, Helena? 10. 10. That's it. Check out your baskets. We'll be in single figures.
And to continue the curve of the necklace, you just bend your beads while they're on the wire. Just bend the beads slightly, and then you have that sort of lovely natural curve.
That is fantastic. It looks like a really, really difficult piece to make. When you see it there, you think, oh my goodness, that must have taken days, hours, blood, sweat and tears, because it's just so kind of high-end looking. But actually, you've just gone to show
it's quite
that...
achievable, isn't it, with anyone who's got just sort of basic skills of wire work, they can make this piece quite easily.
I think it's absolutely stunning, and that, ladies and gents, is exactly how we make this stunning, stunning piece right here. Now, we are going to be showing a little bit of how to do some Viking knit now, aren't we?
Yes.
Now, which one would you like to show us on, lovely, lovely lady? 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch?
I'll use the little one. That's as easy to use as any of them.
Anything.
Yeah.
So, Viking knit, I can give you that to get started on if you like.
Okay.
Let me talk to you a little bit about Viking knit and about your lazy daisy. It's going to come with packaging like this, and we are going to be showing you how to work with this, because it's a product we haven't actually had in that recently, to be honest. We've had a little bit of time away from it, I suppose. It is a great tool that can do some gorgeous pieces. It could do talk style necklaces. You can captivate gemstones within it. I'm trying to have a look if we've got, where's that necklace that we had on earlier, Ryan? Will you pass me those necklaces with that detail? That would be wonderful. Your lazy daisy, it just gives you a beautiful different appeal. You can, it's almost like a woven effect, I suppose, that you create with it, and it gives you more opportunities to create different looks, to encase your beads, to make your own I suppose looks, in the sense of kind of different ripples, different effects, different textures to your pieces, which can then be mimicked throughout your beads. It is a really simple tool to use, and Karen will show us shortly. I'll just talk you briefly through it. So you have this section here, and then you have the daisy section, which is separated, and that's where it gets its name from. You've got the individual loops there, so you can add many different wires to this. You can do it in different patterns as well, to give quite an open weave or quite a tight weave if you want. Multitude of different gauges of wire you can use for this as well, and it creates some stunning, stunning pieces. This is the bit that comes off that will help your piece to grow. I have got some pieces here actually to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
That's the one I did for the DVD, that one, yeah.
We always keep the best ones, Karen, you see. So talk to us about this one, please.
Right, and basically it was done on the small lazy daisy.
Yeah.
And I've developed a way of graduating the colour of the wires as well, so that you have a more blended effect of the colours.
I love that. It almost melts into each other, all those different colours.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. You have got such a beautiful, beautiful effect on this. You really, really do. But that's the type of look you get from the lazy daisy. So you can do these kind of talk style necklaces with this tool. You can also use them as bracelets, as custom bangles as well, if you wish. And you can actually flatten out the weave as well if you wanted to. You can use it as the back of a necklace too. You can encase gemstones, if we've said as well. It's really, really very, very wonderful tool. We've got the 1/4 inch for you today, which is kind of the original, let's say. Your price point is just $19.95, and to create these looks, we'll show you exactly how to use them right now. You use both in the same way, by the way. Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, so this is your tool. You'll notice there's holes at the top there, and that's your anchor. That's for you to sort of anchor your wire in.
Okay.
So you thread that down through the holes there, and that's what you hold on to.
Okay.
Okay. You then take it down through your first loop.
So that's one of the loops in the daisy.
And you sort of want your loops to sort of, see that little groove there? That's where you want your loops to sort of finish, really. That's going to sort of be your guideline for your loops. And take that around. Probably should have cut longer wire actually, but never mind.
You can add into this though if you needed to.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's the wonderful thing about Viking weave, is that you only sort of use, I would only use 1 metre at a time anyway, and then sort of add wire as I need to as I go along.
And you can do different patterns and different looks with this, can't you?
And you don't have to use every loop. I mean, I am in this case, but you don't need to. Interestingly enough, I've got a choker coming up in the magazine at the end of February, where I've used the bigger lazy daisy to make Viking weave, and then I've flattened it using the clay roller so that it's completely flat choker, and it's got a butterfly on it. So
that sounds beautiful.
yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled for that then. The large lazy daisy is coming on your screen in a moment or two. Use it in the same way. It's just, of course, you've got more kind of loops on the daisy, so you can add more appeals, more loops, sorry, to it, I suppose. But you can still draw it down to a similar thickness actually if you wanted to. That's coming on your screen right now, and it's the larger one. It's your 1/2 inch. It's just here, so quite a big difference there.
There we are. So all your loops there are already attached. Got all those in place.
Okay.
So then you're going to start your first row. So you're going to take your wire behind your loop.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to sort of pull it, not tight because you don't want to distort it, but so there's a little small loop there at the
I see.
at the
so
base of the
like
first one, at the base of your
kiss
basic
shape almost, yeah.
That's it. And then you carry on around, you do exactly the same, go behind each loop.
So where the loops are crossing, you're going behind those each time and just drawing it around.
Yeah, that's it.
In fact, does anyone want a sneak peek of what's coming up tomorrow's show? Oh, Wall of Fame! Just taking it off the Wall of Fame. I've just noticed this is Viking knit. Should I read it out? No, I won't read it all out because it'll spoil it for tomorrow, won't it? But what I will say is this was done by Karen.
Not me.
Well, no, Karen Foster, but still. You're not.
I wish it had been done by me. I should have shut up then and said, yeah, that's mine.
That's mine. Yeah. This is by Karen. Hello, Karen from London. You're on the Wall of Fame tomorrow, lovely. 149 you are. But I just thought, Viking knit just goes to show you can use it in different sections. Beautiful. Stay tuned tomorrow. That will be
gorgeous.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, Karen says your Viking knits are gorgeous. That's coming up for you tomorrow. $24.95, by the way, is the price on the 1/2 inch tool.
There we go. So that's the first row completed. You can see how that's coming along, and then you go back. You're then back at where you started. So then you go behind the loop of your first row.
Okay.
To continue your second row, and then you'll see how this lovely Viking knit actually builds up.
It does build so quick, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, it does take up a lot of wire, but it's so worth it.
And it gives you a really unique look, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, you can use it as chain. You can use it, as to hang beads from. It's such a, like you say, you can flatten it and use it, like I have as a choker. There we go.
It's beautiful, the effect that it gives you. It really is eye-catching.
It really is.
It's so beautiful that it gives you this gorgeous detailed look. And like I said earlier as well, just to show you, you can use different amounts. You don't have to use all of the holes if you don't want to. You can just use different patterns and it will give you a different kind of weave, really. It just gives you different looks. And there is step-by-step pictures as well for you to follow, so if you are kind of more of a visual learner, you've got that there, but you do also have a description as well for exactly how to use these. It's quite nice as well because it does show you ways to make your own ending findings too if you do want to end these, and actually great to do ending for this with a gizmo, isn't it?
And you actually do them on the end of your lazy daisy. You can form your cone ends, and which is what makes this tool so brilliant.
It's all in one, isn't it?
And of course, because it's that sort of hexagonal shape, it does make it easier because of getting behind the loops there. This is why it's so such a useful tool.
People do always ask, why do you get the pin in with it? It's to help you loosen it up a bit,
That's
isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you find that you've done it a bit too tight, that you can't get behind your loop, you use the pin then to sort of lift it up, and then you can get your wire behind. Exactly.
You can continue on.
Yeah.
This was created by a wonderful American lady, Stephanie, and we had her on the show. She came on the show specifically not so long ago. She came on a few months ago. Now she came onto the show, and she showed us you know, kind of different pieces that she created with this. And the thing is, you can create relatively simple pieces, but as you've shown there, Karen, you can also create big, bold, beautiful pieces, can't you?
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that you will need for this is the draw plate, isn't it?
Yes, you will, because that's what sort of it sets the knit. It sort of makes it look very uniform, and it sort of elongates the wire loop, so that there you are. It really does look like it's been knitted. It's amazing. It does look like it's almost like it's been machine made, which it hasn't.
It really does. That's what I love about the look of it.
Yeah.
Now this is your draw plate. So essentially, once you've finished your piece of your Viking knit, what you'll do is you'll find the closest hole to it. So say, for example, I've done it from a 1/2 inch and it goes through this one really, really easily. I'll draw it through that one a few times, and then I'll be able to bring it down to whatever level I want to bring it down to. All you have to do is bring it down one at a time, take it through each one a couple of times, and what that does is it will not only make it kind of the thickness you want it to be, it'll also extend your pieces for you, because of course if you've got a large section, you're making it thinner, it's going to extend it, but also it settles the metal as well, which is exactly what this cloth is for. It is your conditioning cloth. All you have to do is put your knit in it, give it a little roll backwards and forwards, and it kind of settles the metal, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly, yes. It just sets it right, ready to go through the draw plate. That's exactly what it's for, really. What I'm going to show you now is that after doing a sort of a couple of rows, maybe about 3 or 4 rows, you take it off the mat, because you want that tail to come down, and because you're going to catch it then in between your knitting. And the reason for this is that it stops it from poking through the Viking knit when you're wearing it. If it's caught, see what I'm doing now, I'm not just going behind the loop, I'm going behind that wire as well. So I'm catching it.
Got you. Within
the knit, so that, and you would do that sort of for a couple of rows before you add more wire, and then snip off the excess. So we'll just go wrong for this last loop, and I'll show you how to adding wire is sort of so easy, and the beauty of it is it doesn't unravel. It really doesn't, and you can snip. Even if you make your Viking weave too long, you can snip it, you can cut it to size, and it's not going to unravel.
Got ya.
It is brilliant, it really is. It's the most versatile technique, I think, that there is.
And it is lovely that you can, because people do ask about adding in quite often, actually, don't they? But you get that quite a bit too.
Yeah.
And it is something that's important to know, because especially for a piece like this, obviously you're going to want, you know, plenty, aren't you?
Yeah. Exactly. So that tail wire, now because you've cut that up within your knitting, you can then snip that as close as you can to your work, and that's not going to start poking through now. That's going to stay put. So what you want to do now is add some more wire. So what you do is you line it up with the hole that you sort of threaded your wire through at the start. So it's the highest hole, not the lowest, but the highest one.
Got ya.
Cut yourself another sort of metre or whatever length you work with of wire. Excuse me. So you've lined that loop up, and you thread it down through those holes and hold on to it like you did before with the other wire. That wire, the sort of bit of wire that you've got left over from the previous row, you just keep that there. Okay, oops, I didn't hold on to that enough.
Okay.
Bear with me, there we are, right. Back through.
Hold it through.
Right, hold on to it this time, Karen. Right, and then you just start weaving it around. as you did previously. That's how easy it is.
That's so simple, and it's literally you just continue on in that vein.
And you just carry on. And then with this wire that you had left over from the previous ones, you just catch that in with your weave like you did with the tail wire. And
as you did before, and then continue on.
And then that's how you continue on.
That is so simple, and it's a gorgeous effect, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Really, really beautiful.
Yeah,
Karen,
really
thank you for showing us not only the
welcome.
Viking knit, but also how to create this beautiful piece.
We're
going to let you carry on with your challenge, which I've just had a little look at. That is stunning.
It's coming on, yes.
Oh, that looks absolutely beautiful. We will be back with Karen very, very shortly. After the break, I have that rarer than ruby strand, as well as so many more. I will see you after this short break.
Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
Before any of the gemstones that arrive here in Jaipur can leave Jaipur for the UK, they need to be tested. So all the genuine gemstone strands go from the vendor to an independent laboratory. They're then tested to prove that they are what they say they are. Now, as you can see here, this shipment of emerald arrived this morning, and it comes with this. This is really important. This shows that the emerald has been tested in random strands and can be proven to be genuine emerald. If this authenticity card doesn't arrive with the genuine gemstone, then the shipment won't go to the UK. If you're new to Jewellery Maker, simply contact our call centre and we'll send you a tutorial DVD and Get Started booklet, all free of charge.
Join guest designer Gemma Crow to create incredible jewellery designs with wire mesh. Explore this exciting medium and learn a selection of incredible techniques that will take your jewellery making in another direction. This course includes a selection of colours and gauges of wire, a scoop of mixed gemstones, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a visit to the Gemporia Museum. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Once the gemstones leave the laboratory, it's then down to the quality control process. This is a really stringent process which is completed by Ravi and by Ithaca. Random strands are taken from each one of the lots and you get the average size, carat weight and length of each strand. And this is done so that you know the information that you see on your screens is correct.
Welcome back everybody to the final hour now of Designer Inspiration. We have had such a wonderful show. Thank you all so much for getting involved. I know we've had loads and loads of text messages for this wonderful lady. It is Karen Crawford. Hi Karen.
Hi.
How's your challenge going, please?
Going very well. We're getting there.
You're getting there.
Yes, we
already
are.
done an entire piece and you're cracking on doing more, aren't you? I have got so many beautiful treats for you now. This is going to be a quick one. Get on the phones as quickly as you can for these. If you need your high-end clamshell beads, now's your opportunity. Low in stock offer, amazing price point. Take a little look at these for me. They are exceptional. If you want professional, if you want high-end, if you want seamless finish to your pieces, you probably can't do much better than these as a finding. What are they? Well, they are essentially your clamshell beads. And what happens is, you can see you've got this little mouth effect here, haven't you? What we do is, when we're finishing the end of our designs, for example with beads and thread, it's probably the easiest way to explain it. When you finish off with your beads and thread, you know, you have to do the clamp, you have to do the crimp, and then you have to do the crimp bead cover, don't you? And then you have to close those up. And then you have to attach the jump ring to the wire. And then once you've attached the jump ring, you then have to attach the clasp. Step, 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 step. With these, you're cutting that in half, because all you have to do is pop it in, close it up, your jump ring's already technically attached, which is what I'm holding there, and then you attach your clasp. It saves you time and effort, but it also saves you that last effort, I suppose, of trying to cover up that little bit of bead and thread, that little loop that always sticks out at the top that you can't quite cover up. It is high-end, it is luxurious, because it's genuine real deal gold that's enveloping your 925. These are your clamshell beads. I know how much you want them because you're always asking for them. That's why they're flying out. 50 pieces. Your price point today, just £6.95 for you today. They give a really beautiful, beautiful effect, a really stunning look on those ones. They genuinely do. 7x4mm is your sizing on these. And when you close them up, if I just show you, sorry if I just hold that bit there. When you close them up, you just get this gorgeous ball effect. It's really beautiful. You just get that golden ball detail effect. It is absolutely beautiful. £6.95 for you today on these. Loads of them going out. You've got to be quick if you want these. 7x4mm, and they are £6.95 for you today. I've got to move on because they are absolutely flying out, but well done to everyone who is getting those. Now, I gave you a heads up about this. Are we going to do it now? Or do you want to just a sneaky peek? Yeah, okay, I'll sneaky peek it. We're going to be doing this in a moment or four. Just have a look. Alarm bells are going to start ringing for some of you. That's enough. That's going to be coming up for you very, very soon. Genuine, real deal, precious metal. That's coming up, and you'll know what that is if you got that kit very recently. Where are we going to now, lovely? Yeah, let's do another bit of high-end, shall we? Your S-shaped hooks. Now, I believe that these S-shaped hooks would actually go really, really nicely, Karen, with that first kit you got, because they've got that kind of twist detail. What do you think of these?
Have, yeah.
They're pretty, aren't they?
Gorgeous.
And it is your high end as well, because you've got your gold plated 925 also. So when we're talking about that, what do we mean? Well, we're talking about the core of this being genuine silver, 92.5% of the beautiful precious metal. That is your core, that is the center. And then overlaying that, we have plated this with your gold. So it's real deal, genuine 9 carat gold that we have plated over this. Now when I say plating, I'm not talking about flash, I'm not talking about a tiny, tiny amount, I'm talking about plating. You get a larger amount of that precious metal on there. You've got the S-shaped clasps here, which are great, really simple to undo, really, really easy to work with, and you have the jump rings attached as well. You're going to be getting 3 of these in total. They're gorgeous for a chain detail, great for little embellishments, perfect for the clasps, of course, especially if you have dexterity problems. Your price point today for 3 should. That's the price everyone's seeing on their screen at the moment in time. But we do have to honour the last price, so we're going to. It's not £11.95, which is an absolute bargain, bearing in mind the price of gold has gone up dramatically in the last few weeks. It's just £7.95 for you today, though, on all 3 of these clasps. Luddle 63 is your code on this today. How do you say it? You say Loodle. You say Loodle, I say Luddle. Who's right? Pete, who's right?
Luddle.
Luddle. Was that me? Was that what I said? Yeah. Well done, Brother Pete. Good. You know what side your bread butter is on, buddy boy. £7.95 for you today. Gold-plated twist S-shaped hooks. Get your hands on them while you can. £7.95 for you on those today. How about we bring to you now something a little bit special? This is a gemstone. the best way to explain this gemstone, before we get the info up, the best way to describe this gemstone is possibly the next tanzanite. That's the best way to explain it. Now that might sound a little bit, hang on, question mark, what do you mean the next tanzanite? Tanzanite surely is, you know, the only one. Well, no, because obviously yields are running low. This gemstone is likely to be the next tanzanite, and that is because Tanzanite One, the company, have taken serious interest in this gemstone. And I mean serious interest. You'll know that the area that this gemstone was discovered in was in Tanzania. And it was discovered by someone called Cromwell Art Bridges, and he discovered it in Tanzania. And essentially what happened was he took a group of people to go and help him mine this gemstone, but they weren't actually allowed to mine it at this time. There was no need, there was no law to say that they could mine it, so they didn't. They went on searching, carried on searching. They went over the border as well, and he kind of taking this massive group with him as well. They had to live out. They had to live out a lot. They had to go and live in tree houses, because obviously over the border, kind of in the area of Kenya, what they would have lions, you know, and creatures, huge ferocious creatures that kind of constantly walking around them, especially at night time. So they used to have to sleep in trees to try and protect themselves, because what they were doing was they were mining in the day and then obviously protecting themselves at night, because they didn't want to leave this patch of mine alone at all. In fact, what they used to actually do, which I always think is quite funny, is when they used to take yields out of the ground, because obviously it was harder for them to kind of travel and distribute as it is now at that time. What they used to do was they used to put pythons in with the yields. So they used to take out the gemstone and they used to put pythons in with the yields to try and scare people off. How amazing is that? So all of this happened. That is really interesting. But the fact of the matter is that the family itself, the Bridges family, have gone through a very turbulent time over the last sort of 3 to 4 years. And what that has meant is no yields are coming out from that mine anymore. We are still slightly over the border though. We have still got very small yields coming out of Tanzania, very small. This gemstone though has been taken on as the next big thing by Tanzanite One, because it is essentially one locational in the fact that it's just one area, and also for the fact that you I suppose you're getting a gemstone that, you know, you can't get as much of anymore because the whole mine of it is closed down, you know, kind of over, and it's the largest part actually is closed down for that. This gemstone has been taken over in appeal not only by Tanzanite One, Tanzanite One very interested in it, but also the GIA, Gemological Institute of America, have taken a big note of this. So much so that they're doing a grading system on it that is reminiscent of the grading system of Tanzanite. We get the highest quality of Sapphire garnet we are possibly able to. Steve himself will only get the optimum colouring of Tanzanite available. He won't be going of Sapphire garnet, sorry, he will only get the optimum. So when I talk about the optimum, it's just like with Tanzanite. This will go from light to dark. Your lightest colour will be quite low in price, and your darkest colour will be quite low in price. The optimum will be what we class as a medium plus, so a medium plus. This is that closest colour to the medium plus that you're going to see. It is high-end quality, and it's low yields. The fact of the matter is, the price point is just going to blow you away. Now you're listening to what I'm saying and thinking, hang on, how can any of that be true? How can any of that be real? How can this be in a really small location? How can one of the mines entirely have been closed down for over 3 years now? How can all of that happen and still you're bringing it to me at $6.95? Well, I'll tell you why. Because this hasn't had the promotion of Tanzanite. It will do. If Tanzanite One get their way and they do take over that mine, they are going to push millions and millions of pounds worth into promotion of this gemstone, just like they have for Tanzanite. That as soon as that happens, your price will skyrocket, and you know that it will. You absolutely know it will. You've seen it, we've all seen it. People perhaps who are buying Tanzanite, oh, I don't know what, 10 years ago, you were paying a lower price point, weren't you, than you are now. Now that we've seen that 300% price rise in the last sort of 6 months, It's astonishing that you can get this gemstone for that price, but you can. And wouldn't it go nicely with that Imperial topaz we had? Because it's quite a similar look, isn't it? Similar effect, little bit of a kind of rusticy feel. £6.95 is your price point on this strand for you today. Congratulations to everyone who's getting it. Where to next, did you say, love? Oh, so there's some graduated faceted rondelles of citrine. It's a beautiful pop that we've got on here, isn't it? Let me show you against the black background so you can really appreciate the sparkle from these. Oh, sorry. This is your genuine, real deal citrine. Gemstone is sometimes referred to as the gemstone of happiness. It is, of course, birthstone for many, many people, you November babies. It's a beautiful gem. It gives you brightness, it gives you a real kind of subtle colour pop that we've got with this. It really is very, very gentle, which is nice because it means it's going to go with a multitude of your pieces, isn't it? 40 carats worth we have here. Karen, what do you think of citrine, please, lovely?
Oh, I love it. I really do love it. I think it would go lovely with that sort of Imperial topaz you had earlier on, actually. It would blend in well with that. Some pearls, maybe. It'd be amazing.
It would be really eye-catching, actually, wouldn't it? Really, really beautiful with
you
those.
actually expect it to lose colour up against black, but it doesn't, does it?
No. No, it is absolutely beautiful. It really is. Look at the brightness of that. Look at that glow that we have on that. It is a beautiful, stunning effect. It's a lovely richness. It is a happy gemstone. It's got that internal glow. You can see the glow of this massively, can't you? As I'm kind of spinning it around, you can see that you've got that glowing appeal to it. It's due to the quality of it, due to that beautiful internal brilliance. Your price point today for citrine. That's not a price point you'd expect either, is it? £6.95 for your beautiful, happy, bright, gorgeous citrine. Plenty of you coming in for this. This is really important. As soon as you see something that you like, get your hands on it. It is the weekend, it is a Sunday. I know that people are planning on having the Sunday roast pretty soon, but don't have it just yet, okay? Pack it in. Pack it into the, what am I thinking? Oven. That's it. Pack it into the oven, you know, cover it on up, you know. Slow cooker. Who's slow cooking a full turkey or a chicken? Turkey. Who has a turkey on a Sunday? Turkey. Hey, tell you what though, slow cookers can do wonderful things. I've done brownies in a slow cooker before. Yeah, kid you not. I'll give you my recipe. £6.95 for you on this day. Why haven't I made them? Because Ben has been promising for months to make pavlova and he still hasn't, so yeah, hurry up. That pavlova is out of date now, Ben. £6.95 for you on that. Lovely, lovely brightness to it. How are you feeling about these Baroque style pearls? It is so, so pretty. In the fact that you've got that Baroque style. Now, the lovely thing about a Baroque style is you almost get this flattened, almost coin side, I suppose. And that means that it rests so nicely against your skin. Rests beautifully against your décolletage. These are your pale peach side drilled cultured Baroque pearls that we have here. Massive size, actually, around a 9x8, so that's luxury. That's luxury sized Baroque pearls that we have. These are the 9x8mm. Now, I know that we've seen quite a few pearls recently, but actually, it's lovely to be having that beautiful colour palette within there that's kind of a bit traditional, a little bit archetypal in a way. Get them whilst you can. They're pearls, so they always fly out fast. It's your favourite organic for 2014. Price point today is again just £6.95. This should have just been called the £6.95 section. My last three products have been £6.95. It's crazy. Pale peach you have got here. Beautiful, beautiful Baroque pearls that we have. Pearls, I know you've already said that you love them, but what would you be doing with a strand like this, Karen?
Ooh, I think I would be putting that, I've said it before, when you get those sort of dusky pinks, I would put it with the antique bronze wire and make a lovely vintage piece. I think it's just a beautiful colour, isn't it? A lovely vintage colour. I love that.
It's really beautiful vintage tone, isn't it?
Yeah.
£6.95 for you today. Get them whilst you can. Multi-buyers on this. More multi-buyers than single buyers, actually. Oh, another Karen's coming in for it too. £6.95 for you today on this. Say to me again. Labradorite plain drops. Oh, we've got so much coming up for you in this time. Do be quick. If you, oh, what? The quality is just poosh. Do get your hands on these. We've got loads of products to fit in, which is why I'm going slightly faster than you might be used to on a Sunday. But do treat yourself to these if you want to, because they are such high quality. It is gorgeous Labradorite that we have here for you. It's a really mystical gemstone. We know that it's very, very popular and you absolutely adore it. And it's also wonderful, I've got to say, that you have this appeal that you know is completely natural. That's just Mother Nature. It's all to do with the structure of the gemstone. It's all to do with the axes points in the gemstone. It's all to do with the depth of that light plate in the gemstone. All of that is created by Mother Nature. That's not us. And because of all that beautiful appeal, I suppose, you're getting just this really outstanding effect. Now, Labradorite is one of those gemstones, I would say, Karen, that kind of, well, obviously, the vast majority of people adore it. Yeah. How do you feel about Labradorite? Because it's the first strand we've had on this afternoon.
I've never had a strand of Labradorite from JM that wasn't good quality.
Really?
And I mean, I know there's some bad quality out there, you know, that you've sort of, to get any schiller off it, you've got to go out in the midday sun, stand on your head and squint, and you might get a flash if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But I mean, with it, I mean, just look at that. You don't even have to move your hand. The schiller is obvious. Yeah. Just see what I'm saying? No, I can see it from here. Yeah. I'm getting it, and I'm like a couple of yards away from you, and I can see that from here.
Absolutely. It's spinning.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It really is. Quality is there. The price point is going to be there as well. For you today, £9.95 is your should be price. Today though, we are going to drop it down for you. It's not £9.95. Your price point today, we're dropping it down just because we've not got that many left. It's not £9.95, it's £7.95 for you today. 80 carats worth of your Labradorite, 20 carats worth here. Graduation is from around 6x4 all the way to a 13x5 on these ones. So a gorgeous graduation you drop there. It's beautiful to have that graduation, very much like we've seen with the lava kite. And in fact, with the lava kite, this would be perfect, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Loads of you coming in for this. Lots and lots of people getting involved today. Do keep checking out those baskets for me. £7.95 for you on those in the drawer. It's a gemstone that used to be used alongside the big names. I'm talking sapphire. I'm talking emerald. This is a gemstone which used to be used for huge, beautiful imperial pieces. It is gorgeous. Oh, your rhodonite. Now, rhodonite's another interesting one of these. It's another interesting piece because it is one of those individual, unique pieces that perhaps has a jasper-esque appeal in the sense that every single one's a little bit different, every single one's a little bit unique and has a lovely appeal. You've got that veining internally within some of these, you've got banding in other areas. I've then got a mottled effect too. If you got earlier on the artist jasper, some of the colour palettes that you see running through there are mimicked perfectly within this gemstone. And then you've got that gorgeous heart detail on here as well. And if I just pick out sort of one or two of them individually for you, you can see that you have the heart detail, so it has that beautiful dental kind of cleavage in the centre, and then it goes down to the point. If you work these point to point, you've got a lovely kind of bow tie effect. If you work them base to base, then you've got to get this little kind of light span, I suppose. You've got 215 carats worth in here, and you've got 14 mil on these hearts. Beautiful, beautiful array in here. Don't see it very often. When we do, it always is very, very popular because it's so unique. Your price point today is again just £6.95. Great for cufflink, great for drops. Again, no point in messing about with these. We're kind of, you know, you're top drilled. You've just got that beautiful kind of drill hole going right through the centre of these, so you can see really, really quickly and really easily the look of the effects that you're getting. £6.95 for you today. It's absolutely stunning. Get it whilst you can. Lots of you coming in for this. It's just £6.95. I know you've waited for this, and I really genuinely do appreciate it. I'm about to bring to you now the rarer than ruby gemstone. It is synonymous with royalty. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, hello, royalty, sapphire, because that does spring to mind. No, this in a way has even more of a regal and royal history to it. This is one of the most esteemed gemstones in the world. It's part of our British Imperial jewels. It's part of our royal British crown jewels as well. It has so much kind of affiliation with regality and with royalty that it's almost difficult to separate the two when you're coming to telling people about this beautiful gemstone. It is a Spinel, and we will know of Spinel from things such as Henry V's time, and I'm sure a lot of you will know the story about how in the Battle of Agincourt what happened was he had a helmet on, precious metal helmet, and in the centre of that helmet he had a large piece of Spinel, and what happened was he was attacked in battle and an axe sliced through the metal of the helmet, and the only thing that saved his life, the only thing that saved him was this large Spinel, because the fact of the matter is the axe went through the metal, but Spinel is harder than the metal it was inlaid into, so the Spinel actually saved his life. That was obviously such an important moment in history that actually that gemstone got removed and is now, as I said earlier, in the Imperial crown jewellery as well. That actual gemstone, yeah, that actual gemstone. I'll tell you more about that later. So I have got for you now the most rare of all the colours of Spinel. Now, when I'm talking about rarity, it's almost impossible for me to get across to you the rarity of this gemstone. Spinel already is high-end. We know that. When you're talking about black Spinel, you will often hear presenters saying black Spinel, black diamond, you know, hand in hand. Black Spinel is beautiful. It isn't as rare as this gemstone I have in front of me now, though. Red Spinel is one of the rarest colours of Spinel, and it is said to be around 15%, maybe even 20% rarer than ruby. Just think of that for a moment. And for me, ruby wishes it was this colour. This is your esteemed, your regal, your royal, your sought after Spinel. This is absolutely gorgeous. Now, can you see why this is in the crown jewels and why this was thought to be a ruby? You completely can, can't you? Of course, a lot of us will know that this is part of the crown jewels at the moment in time. And what happened was, it was placed into the crown jewels, obviously many, many years ago. And it's called the Kuwait ruby, and it's a huge, huge piece. I think it's just over 300 carats worth. And actually, it is a Spinel. They just didn't realise at the time that's why it's called the Kuwait ruby. But it is actually this gemstone. It is this red Spinel. So not only have we got kind of the history of Agincourt, and back in the kind of, when was it, a Battle of Agincourt? Was it 1406? I want to say it's around that time, wasn't it? What, you think it was 1408? Might have been. We'll check it. When there was that huge battle, you can, imagine this kind of beautiful, beautiful stone shining away, and that already is regality and royalty. 1415 it was, Battle of Agincourt. And now you can see also that even nowadays, it's still part of the crown jewels with that huge piece of this in the centre. Your price point today, this is the rarest Spinel. For all of the people who've already got their hands on this, congratulations, because actually you're a connoisseur, and actually the price point isn't swaying you on this whatsoever. You're thinking, yeah, it's £50 worth. Wow, that's amazing. That's absolutely astonishing for what this is. If I bought this anywhere else, I'd be paying triple figures. I'm about to drop it now, though. For everyone who's already got it, well done. For everyone who's going to get it now, you're all paying the same price. That is a price point you would not expect to see on this at all. £34.95. Get this home to appreciate the beauty of it. This has got so much richness, much more clarity, so much depth, and to some, more beauty than ruby itself. And it's so much rarer as well. It is absolutely stunning astonishing. It is £34.95 for you on this today. Ben says, I like this better than ruby. If a girl had those coloured lips, I'd want to kiss them. I mean, oh, that's so sweet, Ben. £34.95 for you today. I hope Jodie's not watching, or maybe she is. If she is, get yourself some red Spinel lipstick, Jodie, my love. Well done, everyone who's got this. It's amazing discount, £34.95 for you today. XPGZ58. That is your code. One locational gem now, and I want to show you how one locational this is. Have you got that picture for me, please, lovely Ben? I think it is called that, yeah. Oh wait, is it? Mook Mine Size? All right, you changed the name of it, don't you, Ryan? We'll see.
That's the email you sent me.
Oh, it's not the email I sent you. Right, anyway, this is a one locational gemstone that we have here for you. And on the picture that you're about to see, there it is, look. That's it. So that is the picture of the mine that we have there. And you've got on that there the Mookaite mine. It's in Mooka Creek. It's one locational. Now the lovely thing about the Mookaite mine is the word Mooka comes from the Aboriginal word meaning running waters, and that's what you have in the mines. So you saw that sort of patch of water there, that's what you have in the mines, you have that in those areas. And that is how this gemstone is formed, because essentially it's formed by ancient seas. So way back when, you know, the world used to be covered with so much more water, and when the seas kind of took up more area, more mass, I suppose, in a way, they used to be obviously microscopic creatures, interesting animals and organics that perhaps don't even exist anymore. And what happened over a very long time is, as these kind of ancient seas decreased and were taken over by land, what would happen was the sedimentary rock would kind of take in these microscopic creatures, etc., and that is essentially how this was formed. Hence the name Mooka, running waters, Mooka Creek, Mookaite, the gemstone. It's formed by that. It's so interesting, which is why every single one's totally different. Which ones do you like? That's got a bit of the pink opal about it, that one, hasn't it, actually? It's got so many beautiful events in the sense that they're all individual, they're all a little bit different. You've got mustard tones. Again, you've got your masala tones in here. In fact, when we did the Pantone show on the 1st, when we did our Pantone show, we told you that masala was the Pantone colour of the year, and we actually picked this strand to be that colour because it's just the perfect match for it. You've got these beautiful shapes, really quite unusual, aren't they? Puffy ovals we've got here. Now, Cameron, puffy ovals, quite an unusual shape for us to work with. What would you suggest doing with these, please?
I actually think that they're quite versatile because I like the idea that you can put round beads in between them to sort of break up the shapes. I think the two shapes together look really well, and you can put sort of wire across the top as well, just across along the middle of the stone, just to give it a little bit of flash of gold, if you like, or even silver.
That idea.
Yeah.
That is a really, really beautiful idea, because it's going to add a different appeal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you, Cameron.
Okay.
Your price point today, one locational gemstone, just £9.95 for you today. Imagine a statement ring, imagine your neckline pieces, imagine just as a drop actually in the centre of the forehead. That would be absolutely beautiful. £9.95 for you today on this. 320 carats worth of your Mookaite we have here. More triple buyers than we have any other type of buyer at this moment in time, which is amazing. £9.95 for you today. One locational gemstone. Get it whilst you can. Where to? I have got for you now some faceted drops of Carnelian. This gemstone is special. Have you got that picture for me, please, Benny boy? Carnelian's interesting. So much myth, legend, lore. You know what I'm like? I'm one of those people who kind of loves, I love a catch, I love a hook to a gemstone. It could be whatever it wants, really. It could be the formation of a gemstone. That really interests me sometimes. I find that really exciting. It could be just the way it looks and the way it appeals to me. I can love that. And sometimes it could be the fact that it's kind of just the history of it and the folklore, myths, legends and facts about it I love as well. And for me, this gemstone is so special. It's always been thought to be quite a magical gemstone, and I put that obviously in inverted commas. It's always been thought of that as being quite a magical gemstone. And there's actually been some pieces discovered in relatively recent times of ancient carved pieces of this gemstone. So these pieces that you could see, the genuine pieces of carnelian, and they've just been inlaid a lot of the time into modern golden settings. So you can see there that the gemstones themselves are from around the 1st and 2nd century AD. And what they used to believe was that if they were to carve an image into the carnelian, it was almost like a prayer to the gods, because they believed carnelian was sent by the gods and it was almost their way of contacting the gods. So what they would do is they would carve these pictures into the carnelian, and it would almost be their way of saying a prayer and wishing for something else. So for example, you see the picture of the cockerel and of the wheat. That picture in the top corner that we have there, that will have been almost a prayer up to the gods to perhaps help with things like farming, for someone to help with kind of your agriculture. Maybe someone was asking for a good harvest or a better yield for that year if they were a farmer. That's essentially what this was used for. It was a way of kind of directly communicating and almost focusing, I suppose a bit like a meditation really, actually. Kind of this focusing of your heart and your soul of what you wanted, carving it into this gemstone and really getting onto a connection of this. That's why this gemstone is still very much loved by lots of people in kind of the crystal healing and also chakra groups. People who are interested in believing that sort of thing have quite a strong connection with this gemstone. It is beautiful no matter what you think about, you know, the history, the folklore, the facts of it, whatever. It is just beautiful because it's such a lovely array of colours on there, especially when it's faceted and banded like this. Your price point today, it's just £6.95 for you on this today. You got so much. Now, what would you be doing with a strand like this, please, Karen?
Little drops, they're beautiful, aren't they? For me, it sort of screams Bollywood. I love that colour, and I'd be putting it with gold and maybe I know it's going to sound mad, but probably a colour like this.
Like a turquoise colour?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that idea, actually.
Yeah.
Because those kind of juxtapositions of the really cool and the really hot look very Bollywood. Yeah. Love that idea. £6.95 for you on that one today. Where are we going next, Helena? So much to fit in. You ready? Bring, bring. Bring, bring. The ring is here. Get on the phone right now, 0800 644 655. If you've got the prong set tool, then you're going to need to get your hands on this, aren't you? Have a little look. This is your genuine, real deal, size 5 sterling silver ring mount. 7mm is the size that this will fit in here. Your 7mm is going to fit into this section here. It is your real deal, genuine sterling silver. Look at the shoulder accents on this. How beautiful is that? How these just draw the eye up, because of course you're going to be looking at it like that on the finger, but then as you tilt your finger, as you're moving your hands, everyone is just going to see this gorgeous kind of tapering effect. If you're not totally sure what a size 5 is, we're talking about a kind of J to K in kind of English terms. Obviously, it's up to you, depending on where you live, etc. But it's kind of a J to K in British terms. Of course, though, it's 925 sterling silver. You could get this resized. You could make it larger if you wanted to, quite easily. You know, just take it down to a local jeweller's or wherever it might be. It is absolutely beautiful, beautiful effect you've got here. And if you have got any of those gem collector pieces, or if you do have any of those boxes, we might have some coming up next week. We might have some coming up next week, and if you do and you've got the 7mm round, they will place in here beautifully. Imagine watching this at the side, having your delicate piece in here and having that Q-lay tip just dipping down into here. And one thing that's really important to point out also is that you've got the whole section here. Now I know that sounds a bit peculiar, but that essentially means that the light travels through easier. If that was completely covered with another piece of metal, what would happen was the light would almost be reflected back. So because of this, you get that gorgeous of travelling of light through. Now, your weight on this, we're looking at a 1.30 grams in average weight of your genuine real deal sterling silver. This isn't, you know, your copper plated silver. No, this is real deal 100% sterling silver that we have here for you. It's a massive amount. It's 1.30 grams that we've got in here of that wonderful 925. You do also have the marking on it as well that says the fact that it is a 925. Don't know if you'll be able to see it in there, but it's quite important because it's obvious then that people will know as soon as you're passing it on that you can see it just there where it says 925 as well. It is absolutely stunning. It is beautiful. This is your size 5 sterling silver ring mount. If you've got that prong set, you need this. £6.95. How? Genuinely, real deal, genuinely. If you went down to a high-end store and you tried to get, it's slightly less than your average engagement ring weight on the sterling silver, on the precious metal, only slightly though, only kind of half a gram off your average weight. If you went to get this and you went to get your kind of high-end jewellers and you wanted to get an engagement ring with an individual sewn in, you know, you'd be paying thousands for that. And normally, when we bring you the gem collectors, what we actually say to you is, you know, oh, if you added, say, you know, your metal to this, you might be adding an extra, you know, £100 to that. Well, no, actually, because you're getting it for £6.95 today. Okay, listen, my only issue with this right here, right now, is the fact that I have so many triple buyers and double buyers on this that it looks like it's going to go quickly. Purely because the amount people are getting, because it's £6.95. It's absolutely astonishing. And we will have gemstones that fit this. We'll have this coming up for you very, very soon. If you do have your gem collector, then do treat yourself to it today. £6.95 for you. It is your size 5 sterling silver ring mount, and these are your 7mm rounds. Just imagine you're going to be creating something completely spectacular with these. And if you did treat yourself to that ring prong set kit, then you know that you're going to need your shanks like this, because this is probably the thing you kind of run out of quickest. £6.95 for you today. IJKT75 is your code. Once you lot check out your baskets, I'll have a very few left. I mean, single figures of these. We don't get them on often. What we'll say is if you want more of them, it's the type of thing that you should be getting your hands on, because as always, you know, we are a shopping channel. We have to listen to what you want and what you like, and we'll do that a lot of the time by what obviously sells really, really well. Whatever sells really well, as soon as it goes out, we'll try and get more of it back in. That's obvious. That's the way of the world, isn't it? But it's important to point out, because if you do love this, you do adore it, get your hands on it, and then obviously we'll be forced to reorder more in and possibly even get a large quantity. £6.95 for you on that one today. I've got some marcasite for you now. What do you think of marcasite, Karen?
I think it's lovely. I think it comes in some great colours, so you can,
doesn't it?
You know, so yeah.
This is your green marcasite. This is your green marcasite that we have here. I adore marcasite. I think it's got this real interesting burst of kind of skin to it. It almost, to me, looks like a more intense version, let's say, of your lapis lazuli. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
You've got this skin appeal to it. Never been seen before. Never ever been seen before, this strand. Oh, it's brand spanking new as well. How exciting. You've got the skin on this. Now, I know that's probably not the most appealing word, but that is technically what it's called. It's called the iron skin that we have on here. And it is that gorgeous mottled detail effect that gives you that submetallic luster that is juxtaposed to that beautiful kind of deep richness and almost matte-like effect of the stone itself. Size-wise, we're looking at a 10 by 8mm on these ones today. And it's 130 carats worth that we have in there. So really, really beautiful, beautiful feel we have to these. Great for cufflinks. And what about tie pins? Tie pins are really big this year, really, really big tie pins. Not only for the gents, but also for the ladies too, because as we know, your androgynous look is really in at the moment. Gorgeous for a tie pin, wouldn't it? Really, really pretty. What would you be doing with these ones, lovely Karen?
They're absolutely stunning, actually. I think I'd probably, because they're like a greeny colour, aren't they? I mean, I'd like to see it alongside a blue stone like apatite or something. I think I'd like to see how it would tone in, actually.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Or even Amazonite. I'd like to see it alongside that as well.
Oh, good shout. Yes. Yeah, good. I love that idea. Do treat yourself. It is brand spanking new. 130 carats worth. Your price point today is just £7.95 for you on this today. It really is just a great product here for you. Brand spanking new, and do feel free to have a real good look at it to really get an idea of that gorgeous skin. Look at that. Isn't that appealing? Isn't that interesting? This would just look beautiful on some of the designs. In fact, actually, you know, Karen, you were saying that you're inspired by kind of the Egyptians.
Yes.
Some of this might fit quite nicely,
Most
mightn't
definitely,
it?
yeah. I mean, they used a lot of malachite, so
yes.
The fact that you've got a green stone there, I mean, that's something that certainly would tie in, and the shape as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%. £7.95 on this today. Treat yourself whilst you can. Congratulations to all who's got it, including you, Pauline. Pauline's back. Hello, lovely. Okay, not many of these left. This is going to be an on and gone product. How have I not played 3 words today? That's what you're all thinking. I have never even played 3 words with Karen Crawford. It's about to happen. Now, Karen Crawford.
What's this?
I know, you're worried. Don't worry, you're not the only one. So, I like to play a game that is 3 words because I think that intuitively sometimes gemstones will speak to you and you'll just have words that spring to your mind. So,
okay.
I'm going to show you this gemstone.
Right.
And then in just 3 words, first 3 words that maybe come to your head or 3 words that make you think of this gemstone, all you have to do is tell me those 3 words. So, Karen Crawford, pink kunzite in 3 words. Go.
Love.
Love. Absolutely true.
Elegance.
Oh, I like that one.
And I'm going to say passion as well, because I think it does evoke that as well.
I absolutely agree with that. Why are you saying love? Why was that the first one that popped into your mind?
I think pink. I think rose quartz does the same, you know, as far as the sort of subtle pink.
Yes, I know what you mean. It's delicate. It's not OTT pink, is it?
No.
It's a wearable.
It is. It is.
Wearable pink. This is your gorgeous, gorgeous kunzite. We do not have this in often at all. You could even see the glow from here. That's something that kunzite is able to do. It's a peel. It's able to glow. It almost captures the light and stores the energy, and it can glow. It is so spectacular. 125 carats worth of this for you today. It's your pink kunzite. We don't see it often. I've got 10 of these left at the moment in time. Price point. It's just £19.95 for you on this. We've only got 3 strands in total on the website at the moment. We do not have any of this size or quality. Look at that glowing appeal. When you get this home, you're going to see that glow. You're going to see that kind of phosphorescence almost kind of bursting through this. £19.95 for you on this today is absolutely spectacular. You have just got beautiful appeal. Imagine these, you know, rings glowing away at you. Imagine them as just kind of, I would have them as a bracelet piece, probably, just so I could really see them, really appreciate them. This is one of those gemstones that likes to enjoy its time outside, but also loves to be inside, loves to be in candlelight. It changes its appeal and its glowing effect depending on the light source. It is one of those mystical gemstones. We don't get it in often enough, I don't think. £19.95 for you today. Not many of those left whatsoever now. Excuse me. Bundle. Okay. Oh wow, there's loads in this one. If you want a bundle, You're in the right place. I have got for you now a great selection. The wonderful thing about getting your bundle is, A, it's great for stash toppering up. Moustache? Ah, your moustache. No, I moustache you a question right now. Okay, so it's a great stash topper-upper, is what I obviously meant to say. It means that you add like lots of different gemstones, lots of different looks to your pieces, but it also means, because we're putting them together, it's power of purchase, we're able to pass on really great prices. Let's start off with this one, which we have already talked about recently, because we said it'd go great with this one, didn't we? This is your Amazonite. They're your graduated drops that we've got here. Every single one of these strands we're about to show you has got that gorgeous natural organic appeal. If you love people such as Mark Smith, you will know that it's beautiful the amount of different effects you can create with these nugget-like effects. You've got your Amazonite here, 165 carats worth. I've then, oh sorry, a bit tangled. I've then got for you your beautiful Prasiolite, something we don't have on that often at all. 145 carats worth there. I'm adding some more of the Carnelian to the situation as well. Really lengthy strand on these ones. These are approximately 38 centimeters worth that we've got on there. And in total, you've also got your gorgeous Labradorite. That Labradorite is so eye-catching. In fact, you're kind of getting a little hint of it going around on that slide in front of you as it spins. You've got on the Labradorite approximately 155 carats worth of it on there. It's such a beautiful colour palette and array we've got here. Stock up whilst you can for this money. That is your should be price point. We are going to go lower though. Please remember for me that all of these are larger than our average. Your price point today is just £9.95 for you today on every single one of these. Bruce, director of the Late Show, had to hold on to his socks then because they nearly flew off with shock. That is an amazing price point, isn't it? Isn't it? £9.95. You're getting 4 genuine gemstone stands, and the fact of the matter is they're really, really lengthy. Can I just show you? Do you mind? Let's do a gemstone chain. 1, 2, 2. I'll ignore the tassels, obviously. That was a gemstone train, yeah, because I'm sort of piling them on. All aboard! There we go. So you can see here that I'm not taking account of the tassels, I'm overlapping them. This is how much gemstone we're getting. 40 centimetres, 80 centimetres. Look, we are going all the way around the track, of course we are. Right, hang on. I'm going to need some help though. Right, I tell you what, I'll do ruler lengths and I'll count them up and then you get your calculator out because you know that maths-wise we're not the best. Okay, so you've got 30 centimetres. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Got around the corner, got to go around the corner. 4, 5. 5 rulers lengths. 6. Bang on 6 rulers lengths I've got. So that, there you go, look at that. 180 centimetres worth of gemstone you've got here at the moment. £9.95 for all of those. That is amazing. That's almost 2 metres worth of genuine gemstones, and I ignored the tassels then. I overlapped them so it was just gem on gem, not the tassels there at all. Massive amount. Your names have gone off my screen. Well done to all of you who are getting your hands on this, because let's face it, it's a complete and absolute bargain, especially when you're buying in such vast amounts like this. And do not forget for me as well, everybody, that lovely ladies and gentlemen, lovely ladies and gentlemen who are getting your hands on this, please don't forget for me that at £9.95 these are genuine real deal gemstones. So you do have to be checking out your baskets whenever you get the opportunity. So your name have gone off my screen. Hello, Betty. Hello, Anne. Hello, Tina, Eileen and Jan. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Thelma, Maria and Rosemary. Lovely name, love that. Diana and Vala. There's so many of you coming in for this. There's a load of you. Well done. You're all getting yourself an absolute bargain here today. And if you think about 180 centimetres worth, almost a metre's worth of genuine gemstones. It is absolutely astonishing, really. Especially when you think on certain high street shops, you get those little pots, don't you? That pick and mix pots, where you go along, and it's kind of these little kind of boxes of your plastic gems or your plastic or your glass gems, and you pop them in your little pot, and the little pot is tiny, and I think it's about £3.50, isn't it, for one of those little pots? And if you're like me, one of those people who really likes to get your money's worth, you try and pack them in, you try and sort of shake them, you have to try all these tactics to try and get as many as you can in, and then you try and put the lid on. Oh, it's a nightmare. I've taken, way back in the time, way before kind of I worked here, when I used to go and do like my card making and things, I used to get those little accenty beads just, you know, kind of do page decoration. I remember taking them to the till and being told that the lid was slightly loose, so I'd had to take some out. They are strict, man. £3.50 a tiny, tiny pot. You're getting, I'm totally over it, obviously. But they were just fake, not real at all. The colour would go, the kind of, I used to get these flock ones, you know, the faux flock ones, kind of fluffy ones. And the flock would come off after a time, so I had to stop buying those, even though I love them, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, they were quite expensive for what they are. The fact of the matter is, had I known you could get genuine gemstones for that price point, then I would have. For way less, in fact, in price point than those beads. Lots of you coming in from Texas to Cheshire to Dublin to London, South Yorkshire. Hello, lovely Somerset and Cornwall. Lots and lots of you coming in for this. Congratulations. Your names have gone off my screen once already, and it's coming up to do so yet again. £9.95 for you on that today. I'm popping those down. Now, I have got a really gemstone we haven't seen, I don't think, in ages. Maybe this has just escaped me, but I genuinely don't think we've seen this in absolutely ages. It's so, so beautiful. Signatic quartz. When's the last time you saw it? When's the last time you saw Signatic quartz? I adore Signatic quartz. It's a really artistic gemstone, I think. This has last been seen in June. This is a reorder strand. It has not been in for such a long time. Signatic quartz is sometimes referred to as strawberry quartz, but when you see strawberry quartz, a vast majority of the time it will be faux. So always double check when you're buying your strawberry quartz that it is the real deal, because actually strawberry quartz, you can get away with calling something strawberry quartz when it's not actually real. So do double check your strawberry quartz. That's why we call ours Signatic, just to kind of dispel any of those complications, I suppose. But it's essentially very much the same thing. You get these beautiful, really grown-up inclusions, and by grown up I mean the colouring, beautiful, almost like Kath Kidson colouring through there, kind of a grown up bold speckling, that rutilation that you have in there, but it's not your rutilation that you'd expect in, say, you know, your Venus hair. It's almost more speckled, and that is all internal, and when you look through it you can see all of these different effects and different levels on this. We have not had this in for such a long time. It's feminine, it's beautiful, and you've got 40 carats worth here for a very small price. I don't ever remember, sorry, what are you doing? My earpiece, I've got a new earpiece, stop copying me, it's weird. I've got a new earpiece and it's kind of not, it's not pushing me buttons, but have a look, have a look at this. That is so spectacular, isn't it? It is unique, it's individual, it's got that really grown-up colour palette internally within it. £6.95, it's the real deal that we've got here. If you want to be totally sure, always get your authenticity with it if you want to, it's totally up to you. £6.95 is your price point on that today. We haven't had it in since June, this strand. Can anyone even remember what they were doing in June? It's such a long time ago. £6.95, of course, apart from celebrating Ben's birthday, of course. And Bruce's. I thought your birthday was in February. No, Ben's. No? No. Is yours? No. Oh. You're not part of the crew. £6.95 for you today. GZRU58, that's your code. Triple wires. I'm so sorry. I'm laughing because we're discussing birthdays, and even though as a team we've worked together for a good 7-8 months now, my pen just called my producer the wrong name entirely. It was amazing. I love that. Do treat yourself to that if you wish. Now, say it to me again. White moonstone. Yeah, love that. Where is it? Sorry, love. Where is it, sweet pea? Pardon, babes. Where is it? On the T-bar. White what? Say it again, sweets. On the T-bar. White moonstone. Right, they've fallen off. Okay, got you. Thank you, eventually. These would go fantastic with that magnetic quartz, in fact. Let me show you. They'd go so, so well. Not got much time left, less than 3-4 minutes now on show, so do treat yourself to these. How great do they go, genuinely? And the quality of that moonstone is phenomenal. Can you see that real nice kind of internal sheen, that shiller? Again, totally natural. It's to do with the axis point. It's the fact that the C-axis is at a slight kind of kilter to the A-axis, so you get that gorgeous captivation. You've got 35 carats worth of your white moonstone. Your price point today is again just $6.95. Has this been the $6.95 show? Congratulations everyone who's coming in for that. I do have to move on though, because I got to mosey on over to be nosy at what Karen's created. So come on over. Come on. Let's go see what she's been doing. How did you find it?
Okay, it's lovely.
Oh my goodness. Karen, I'm not going to lie to you, this doesn't look like a challenge, this looks like a designer inspiration piece. It is absolutely beautiful. Take a little look. That is amazing, isn't it?
I enjoyed making that, to be honest.
How have you created this?
Well, these are little gizmo pieces, as is the frame around the bead, and they're just put onto wire, 0.8 wire. And except for this bit, this was put onto 0.4 wire and then attached at the end with between the beads there. That's it. There we are. Just attached at the end.
I think that's beautiful. Let me show you the back of that as well so you can see how to finish that. I adore that you've done that gizmo detail and then you've just used those as kind of little intricate pieces. But then it matches perfectly.
With that, yes. Exactly.
And how have we formed this one, this bracelet?
Again, gizmo wire onto 0.8 wire. And then I've wired those on with 0.4 wire.
So you've
I would have liked to
those
have put a few more on, but you know, with time sort of racing with us here, so I sort of stopped there.
I think that is so eye-catching. I can't believe you managed to do that in kind of an hour and a half. It's fab. Karen, thank you so much for today, lovely lady. It's been lovely to work with you. Your pieces are amazing. We've had so many messages in, and we will let Karen know all about them. When are you with us next, please?
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure?
No, I'm not sure. I know I'm not here next month because my mum's got to have an operation, so I'm going to be caring for her next month. So I don't know, maybe the month after if everything's okay.
Okay. Well, send your love to your mum for us, and we hope to have you on very, very soon. Thank you for joining both of us today. It's been really, really special to have Karen on board. We will see you back again on Wednesday. I'm joined by the lovely Alison Tarry. Have a wonderful evening.
I like the Viking knit because for me it gives that finished look to your pieces. You can use just the knit on its own and create a statement piece, add one stone and your look just completely changes. It's such an easy technique to do. And again, you can just do so much with it. You flatten it, you can make rings with it, you can drop stitches, add stitches. It's just got so much scope. And again, having